You like being hunched over? Is that because you're a troll? That's weird.
Fucking bridge.
All I know is United won 4-0 today. That's all that matters.
Fantastic. Hey, that's a big result. And what I know is Arsenal won 1-0 away from home.
That's a big win.
That's a big dub. It's a big dub.
But before we get into that PFC 306 Premier League Match Day 1 review. Finally,
the new season.
The season's upon us.
It's back, baby.
This is beautiful. But before we start, let's give a shout out to one of our loyal listeners. This is birthday
day oneer. He's a day oneer.
He's a day oneer.
Day oneer.
Main man Luke Whitty, aka the Keto Kid, because he's on a keto diet. Happy birthday, bro. Yeah, dude.
Happy birthday, Luke Whitty.
Jesus, good for you, Luke. That's a crazy diet.
You're a beast.
You're a
dude.
maniac.
Beast.
Chelsea fan, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's the only slight. The only slight on.
And also, good catch.
Got it.
Eid Mubarak to all Muslim listeners around the world. For those who don't know, it's Eid al-Adha. And so, yeah, just Eid Mubarak to all you guys. Alhamdulillah, we get to, go through another season, another day through life.
Right back at you, Snacks.
It's absolutely beautiful. And before we get into the review, I just wanted to remind you guys that we're doing a private EPL Fantasy League. It already kicked off, but it's only match day 1, so you still have plenty of time to get in there before it's too late. So get in there ASAP. Check out our Facebook or Instagram for the link and the league code as well. You're going to need a league code to get in. Just wanted to give a shout out to some of the funny names in there. We got the leader, probably the most vulgar name I've heard in the league. Twat Munchers. That's Boris.
Your boy.
Yeah, that's Boris. We got Chicken Tikka Masala by Nick C. We got CR7 is better than Messi by your boy Bruno L. What up, Bruno? And a whole bunch of other names. Ruben Left Ass Cheek, dude, by John.
I like that one.
Toomey's got a good one.
Yep.
Two goals, 1 cup.
I love that too, man.
Going for the Duchess.
Nice little play on words there.
Going for the home run.
Obi-Wan Basaka. We got mayonnaise in there. I want to give a shout out to this one though. Ali FC by Muhammad. Ali FC. Shout out to Al Ali. Remember them from the Egyptian fucking Wanderers, bro? They're fucking beasts.
Yeah, they popped up, man, and they were prevalent in Champions League for a little bit, and famous little club, man.
Love it, man, love it. All right, let's get into it. Man United 4, Chelsea 0.
Come on.
Wow, man. Wow, surprised.
Oh,
Surprised, son. Look, as a neutral Arsenal fan, I got some.
Neutral.
No.
neutrality.
Let me finish, though. Let me finish. I have a lot of venom in my heart for Manchester United, but I also have a lot of venom in my heart for Chelsea. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't expecting 4 goals in this game, and even if you were to see that, maybe a 2-2, but a 4-0. I mean, damn. I mean, what a result. If you watch the game, though, Chelsea in the beginning were the dominant side. Man, you was looking real shaky. The penalty kick settled everything, and Kurt Zouma, who looked like the most nervous guy on the pitch. I mean, pass he hit up to the 18 for Martial to get there.
He's got a point to prove so you can understand where the nerves come from. I'm just ecstatic.
Wait, does David Luiz make that tackle?
No.
Yeah. Dude, maybe not. No, let's not say that. David Luiz, look, maybe not. David Luiz has that in his game as well. He's reckless. He gets red cards.
You saw the way
caught out of
him?
position. I think
that early in a game like that, and even on the ball. You know what I mean?
I think for the future, Chelsea, they made the smart move. Luiz is getting older. I know it seems a bit rash because they couldn't bring people in, but Kurt Zuma's a new signing. And yes, he had a nervy start, but I still think they made the right decision by saying, look, Kurt Zouma and David Luiz essentially are the same player. Let's give the experience to Zouma right now to explore.
He's been in that team for a while. He was like a starter for the end of the Jose Mourinho.
Dude, and he played at Everton, and he played well at Everton. He was one of their rocks.
In my mind,
he's not better than Luiz right now.
I had Arsenal 6, Chelsea 5th. I think with that one David Luiz switch, they just switched with each other. I think Chelsea now finishes 6th, Arsenal finishes 5th.
Dude, that's son about David Luiz, dude.
It's not looking good.
It's not only what it's not even so much what Chelsea's losing, it's what he's bringing to Arsenal. He's bringing another day in, day out defender rather than let's makeshift this. Oh, do you play left back? Yeah. Oh, that's our first choice for center back.
All right, man, back to United, Chelsea.
All right. Oh, we're still talking about this game?
I don't think the defense is going to affect Chelsea going forward this year. I mean, the long season, Frank Lampard's first year at the club back, first game in charge. But Mason Mount starting in midfield, 20-year-old kid. You got brand new signing Pulisic on the bench. You're playing this kid down the middle, and for the large part, this kid he had to miss it in the box. Like he was nervous.
Yeah.
I don't like that start because
that's what I'm talking about.
Where he played him. It seemed as though he was mainly on that left wing side. I know there was some rotation between him and Ross Barkley, but for the most part, he was popping up in wide areas. When then I look at a guy like Christian Pulisic, who had a hot preseason, maybe physically he wasn't
Frank
as
Lampard
ready.
Said after the game that Mason Mount was like the best standout performer. So like.
Dude, Emerson was a stand-up performer, if you ask me. The guy had like 3 shots on target. He hit the crossbar. Dude, in the first half, Chelsea had their chances. You know, in the long run, I think United were the better team in the end of the day. I think it comes down to it, Huss.
I think United was more clinical. I don't know if they were better. Like they had
the scoreline makes them better. You know what I mean? Yeah. They definitely took their chances.
You know what? Up until the 60th minute, even the start of that second half, guys, United was flat. They were sitting in the block.
The first goal
like
counterattacking.
That was it.
And Rashford fucking walloped that PK, man. That was either go low or you go high. He went high and he put
kind of
a lot of power behind it.
Yeah.
It was a really good PK, and that's what settled you guys. You got the goal. You're at home. Fans are singing. Snacks are smiling. Probably eating on a bag of popcorn or something. You know, everyone's feeling good.
Man.
And as soon as that happened, the thing that impressed me most with Man United was the ability to build out of the back and to break the press.
Who's a key component? Who are a couple key components in?
Harry, big part of that. Harry Maguire. Paul Pogba's movement as well, big part of that. Lindelof played pretty well as well.
You got to give credit to it though.
Yeah.
Who is it? It's Harry Maguire, dude.
Obviously, Harry Maguire and Lindelof too, man. There were a couple turns in the game, man. But Lindelof, a guy bearing down his back, lets it roll, does a step over, and just turns around. You know, runs over the ball to turn around, face up the field. I mean, the composure that he and Harry have, and the confidence they have with the ball at their feet, they trust themselves. It's ridiculous. And it's nervy sometimes, but they didn't make one mistake playing out of the back against a Chelsea team.
Yeah,
so
and look.
You'd hope going forward against lesser teams, you know, it's going to be more of the same. But
I think there's going to be mistakes. I think it's going to be.
There will be mistakes.
I think it's going to be like
you know?
John Stones, like where we, you know, like maybe not as risky those kind of moves, but like we saw Harry playing international level.
Yeah.
He does some crazy shit in the back. So,
but Harry was pinging it from left to right to Wan-Bissaka, like on a dot.
But Harry had a couple of soft passes too that did get intercepted. So that's a part. That's a. You take the good with the bad type of thing, right? Yeah. If he's going to pass, he's going to lose the ball sometimes.
You guys mentioned that we came out kind of flat-footed, especially the first 15 minutes of the game and then the beginning of the second half.
Dude.
One person who didn't come out flat-footed, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
You could argue he was man of the match.
He had a side tackle in the second half.
Down.
He was solid.
From
minute one. Do you see what I mean? Like getting excited. It's not even like going 40 is a little shaky. You can see why they moved him back actually, because he had a couple of opportunities to take people on one-on-one, and he kind of hesitated. He didn't have like a.
He got one go ball into the box.
You know what?
He got the ball in, but like he was like hesitating, trying to chop.
He's got that good little left. He cuts back, does a Ronaldo chop with his left foot to get it back on his right foot.
But
sometimes.
if that is locked
down, he's got
down,
like the stop start. He doesn't have moves like that.
Yeah,
so he
I
definitely has to improve.
Like one step over, but like he doesn't even have to improve it to be the best right back, I think, or at least a top 5 right back in the world, because his lockdown. It's better than
he was getting busy
lockdown,
up that flank. He was getting busy.
He was.
It's just a part of aspect in his game that it can improve.
Yeah,
but defensively, he was solid. There were definitely some moments where you could tell, like, okay, he's just a young fullback. That's all it is. But look, man, he looks to be a good purchase. Harry looks to be a good purchase. David De Gea, long lost guy who almost dipped. This guy had mad saves this game.
Almost dipped. Yeah, he had a couple bad months.
There were two posts that could have changed this game.
Yeah,
for sure. Nothing to do with him though. I mean, when called upon, he caught a couple balls instead of just parrying them. He had a foot save off Emerson.
Yeah,
he did his job.
A couple of
back to his solid best.
Yeah. So I think in my mind, Rashford was the player of the match. This guy was dynamite.
Yeah, he was.
So fast, so speedy, but now he's getting more composure. That's the biggest thing with Rashford. It was the composure that he needed to improve. When to make the runs, when not make the runs. Before he break the road runner.
You know why? That comes with game time and not being used to those experiences in that moment. Like, it's your first time playing Chelsea and you come in as a sub versus you're starting. This is your 5th to 10th time playing Chelsea. You're used to it by now, and you have the confidence of the manager to start you every game.
He's 21 because, look, first off, shout out to the Rodney Dangerfield No Respect Award goes to Olivier Giroud. Once again, he couldn't get any time at Arsenal. Went to Chelsea to get some time, and now he's behind Abraham, and he's a 21-year-old.
By the way,
this guy won a World Cup.
Dude, and by the way, let's talk about Tammy, man. I'm very excited for this kid to finally get a shot.
4 minutes in, has a shot on.
Dude, look, that shot he took that hit the post, dude. Like, that's what Chelsea. I feel like that's what Chelsea lacks. Like Giroud, obviously, is a more experienced player. He knows the runs. He knows even the crashing in. He's got the crashing instinct.
Giroud's got
but
that.
I think
He got a lethal shot too.
But not as far as if he has space, he can take a shot.
That's what I mean. He
but,
can't
Tammy
create a lot of
make
space
for himself.
But
Tammy's
a way more versatile center forward than Giroud. But what Giroud does, he's one of the best in the world at. And that's holding up the ball, linking up play. He's old school center forward.
I don't know if Frank
and you have to sacrifice the 10 goals. He'll get you 10, 15 goals. He may not get you that 20, but you saw the impact he had in the World Cup. He links play together so well. So that was, to me, is a question mark on Lampard.
So like Solskjaer, he sold Lukaku. Lukaku is our top scoring forward.
Yeah.
Because he didn't fit the system. So I think Giroud is being kept there as experience. We were going to buy Mandzukic, and he's going to let Tammy Abraham go. And then in late in the game,
you can tell how he wants to play.
Yeah.
He wants to play with fast forward.
You could totally be with Giroud at the beginning of the game because he does bring experience. Like Tom says, they can give him the ball, let him hold up for 3 seconds.
Slow. They don't want to do that. But
you have outside guys that have speed.
It's the same reason. I just said it to him. It's the same reason United sold Lukaku. We know Giroud is good. It's just he doesn't.
You can't play over the top with him. You got to play into his
fit Frank's philosophy.
Fit. That's all.
And
Giroud is
me,
good.
that's still a question mark though because he's an experienced striker.
And what's Frank's philosophy? Too?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
is
for
he
me,
adapt.
This led me to the question: does this put any heat under Frank Lampard's seat at all? I know there's the microwave thing, first game thing.
This year with 0 transfers because of the whole rule, the ban rather. He is no hot seat all year long. I think in my mind. I think
that's why
sacked by Christmas.
No. I
think
Christmas. Look, obviously, if he's in 18th place, that's one thing.
What if he loses 4 in 11th or 12th?
If he loses his first 4,
no, I don't think so.
Is he in a hot seat?
No.
At Chelsea, bro?
I think...
Here's my thing. He lost 4-0 to a rival, right? So, I agree. Long-term, Abramovich, they have the plan. They want to keep him. But, dude,
if all of a sudden... went into today's game with no signings, bunch of kids thinking we could beat United...
No, we thinking we can be competitive. 1-0, 2-0.
But the 4-0 is an exaggerated score, in my opinion. I think Frank Lampard said the same thing because if that post goes in, this is a 4-3 game. United deserved their 4 goals.
It was a
but
close
it's a 4-3. So do you think Abramovich would have been
here's what we're talking about. Projection to him losing, right? So keep going.
I'll tell you this right now. First off, they have Liverpool midweek for the Super Cup. That if they lose to that, no sweat off their back.
Big deal.
You have Leicester after that. If they lose, that's a bummer because that would be 3 games around. They have Norwich and then Sheffield after that. If they lose those 2 games, yes. You can't lose to 2 promoted teams in a row. That I'll tell you.
So 6 games or so?
So, yeah, that'll be the next... That'd be 1, 2... That'd be 5 games in a row. That'd be 0 for 5. That'd be tough.
Let's not jump to conclusions like crazy, man, because the Chelsea team looked fine. They looked seamless.
They looked good, right?
They were just not clinical
for the first half. But, dude, they have the same players. Pedro was excellent.
Pedro was great this year.
Awesome, dude.
I mean, Pulisic came on, ran into Pogba's ass and got fucking the wind knocked out of him. Fucking little fucking shrimp, dude. Welcome to the Premier League. No one even told you. You ran into Pogba's ass.
Literally just held his ass out there.
But again, this comes down to United. They've always been a very talented team. It's always been about emotional status or just how do they feel today? Well, not even so much tactics. It's about how does Pogba feel today? Does Martial feel good? It's those type of players where are they going to bring it today or are they not? So Pogba got the 2 assists. He looked pretty good. But look, you guys are probably going to do really well. And I'll see what the next few games are for you. But you guys are probably going to do well for the next month, maybe 2 months. But in the late October, mid-November,
that's when the shit hits the wall. That's when shit hits the wall.
No, because right now, first game of the season, when
at home,
everyone's feeling good,
yeah.
I definitely thought United was going to do good.
But I thought United was going to win. I didn't think they were going to win 4-0.
I thought it was going to be a draw.
2-1. I thought they were going to win 2-1. I thought they would have their
Huss, look.
So you got Wolves, Palace, Southampton. I think all those are wins because right now this team.
No, you can't say that. You can't.
No. That's the way I feel with this team because if they're coming in confident, you're not going to stop United. They're too talented.
My thing is, I don't want to get caught up in that. I don't want to get caught up in that because you saw they started the game. The first goal just changed this entire game. If Chelsea go up 1-0, how do they respond? That's my thing with United. We haven't seen United against adversity. Old school United adversity, you know they're coming back.
Yeah.
This new one,
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure if they're coming back, man. So I need to see them in adverse situations.
When things go good for this team, they are one of the best teams we see out in the world. But
Yeah,
when things don't go their way, and then Pogba starts, pissing and moaning, needs his diaper to be changed. You don't know what's going to do.
Absolutely.
With a full diaper, Pogba can't run.
So what's the Pogba verdict after today's game?
Bro, he's the best center midfielder.
Top 6 rival, 2 assists.
He's the best center midfielder on the planet.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at that.
He's the best center. You could argue Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is the only person in the same ilk as Paul Pogba. And I know we talk about a lot.
James Milner. Boom, done.
Ndombele might be making some noise coming up behind him.
We'll talk about him later, but when it comes to Pogba playing his game, when you guys talk about it, when he's up for it, you said in the beginning of the half, you said he was fat, he looked slow.
For me,
dude, he does look fat, does he not? He looks fat as fuck.
Jacked, dude. He looks jacked.
I mean, he's not fat. Like
his arms look.
Like look at the
that's what I'm saying.
Dan James goal.
Al don't fuck with Pogba, man. I know you don't really fuck with him like that. Like you like him, but you don't love him.
He ball in midfield.
Look, for me,
he glides, man.
Listen,
Pogba is the most talented center mid. But the center mid for me, you also gotta have mental. And
thank you. No brains.
And no brains. By the way, it might be situational. So like I'm throwing United and Jose and all that into it, but. Over 38 games, man, in a season, I trust De Bruyne more to show up and have 9 out of 10 games most of the time. But if I'm in a Champions League final, I probably want Pogba.
All right,
bro.
Who gets fired first, Lampard or Ole?
Lampard.
Wait, hold on. Before we move on to this, man. Pogba, I think I finally understand this guy as a player, man, because what I saw, he was, what I say earlier, he was influential, but he didn't play well. You know what I mean? And he's the type of guy where he doesn't have to play well to make an impact, and that he's in the team for the impact.
That's why he's the best.
So when he's making straight passes on their own third or at half and he's losing the ball, and it's just lazy passes.
Getting caught on dribbles.
Lazy passes or just not moving the ball fast enough. I had to accept that because he delivers with 2 assists. That's just who it is.
You got to take the good with the bad, people. This is what I'm saying about certain
but
players.
There's no reason why he needs to be that way. You know, he
can be better.
You can up your game like Michael Jordan, get to the next level, and just be smart. Zidane never lost the ball,
and that's the thing.
He always found a pass.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got that talent, but don't we see this? Even Achilles had a heel. You know what I mean? There's always no one's perfect.
No one's perfect. But like we want these guys, like we want him
to spike. Dude, there were moments in this game where there was a point. I think he lost the ball, slapped the floor, and then he stood up slowly, and I'm going nuts as a coach. Like, dude, get up, sprint, and chase back. So I got you. I understand that. But he also gets on the ball, drives, and gives the perfect dime. It's like,
listen, I'm not trying to just completely advocate for Pogba because that happened. He gave the ball up in midfield. God knows how many times.
Can't believe we're in a Pogba talk again.
Just to finish.
When we lose, when we win.
No, I'm at peace with it. I finally understand.
There were times in this game where he was jumping higher than anybody else for headers. We haven't seen that before.
Yeah, you get
running back on defense, and that was his biggest flaw, apparently.
There was no player on the field who dispossessed more than Pogba at 5.
All right, quick touch. Daniel James, first game.
Clean it up, man.
Daniel James, first game for the club on his debut. Gets some garbage time, gets a goal. Suck it, Chelsea.
Nice goal, man.
Lucky ass goal.
That was a great.
Oh my god!
That was very lucky.
That was a lucky goal.
It was lucky.
Amazing moment though. Amazing moment. I got to dampen it, but amazing moment.
Dude, it was a special moment for a kid. I mean, the crowd was amped the whole game. I've never heard atmosphere like that. Every header Harry Maguire won, which was like 1,000. Big cheer for him. He boots the ball out of play.
You've never heard an atmosphere like that.
At United, dude.
You've never. Not even when he won the Champions League final or anything like that.
I'm with you.
I know what you mean. In recent history.
We gotta wrap this United history tour up.
One more
quick
thing.
Touching Daniel James.
One more just quick shout out to Anthony Martial playing primarily.
That's a good fantasy pickup, by the way. Rated 7.5 as a midfielder.
You know I got him.
Yeah, me
he
too.
got the number
a
9
lot of people
shirt
do.
back. Number 9, Martial is a different beast.
Yeah, and I like the Rashford rotation they have. Where
They
Rashford
didn't really interchange as much this game, but when they interchanged,
but attacking-wise, if you look, he drifts in. Defensively, Rashford stayed left wing, but even look at the ball Pogba played to him. You know what I mean? Like Rashford came in basically from the left, became the number 9, and then ran in behind.
His off the ball movement.
Enough with the jocking, man.
Let's do it.
All right, well
When
done.
you win 4-0, when you win 4-0,
It's done, bro.
4-0, first game of the season.
What about when you win 5-0? Man City won up in you like they've been doing for the past decade.
Oh, by the way,
against
United
West
1-0 against top 6, bro.
Wait.
I guess we didn't even mention that Chelsea wasn't at their full strength. No Conte, all that.
I think
I'm just saying.
Are you saying that United's going to beat City this year?
What's that?
Are you saying United's going to beat City.
At least once.
No, but the way you're saying it, like,
once,
at
least once.
You think at least once?
Snacks, you're good.
You think Huss is No, he thinks City's going to lose to United this year. You think United's going to beat City
West
at least
Ham
once
0, Man City 5. Rodri makes his debut. Didn't even miss Fernandinho in this game.
They didn't miss Aguero either.
They didn't miss
Fernandinho,
Aguero,
that's right.
The hat-trick guy.
Got the start.
Gabi Jesus, I'm glad. Dude, I hope this is his transition year.
No, but it's a rotation. Next game, he might not get the start, so don't freak out, bro.
No, I won't freak out, but man, I want more than that.
Gabi scored the last.
Great stuff.
I love that shit. Anyway, Raheem Sterling. Raheem! The dream! My boy. Picked him up fantasy. I should have tripled him. Tripled him.
Alright, give me that one. Right
Yo, hold on. First half, though, it was 1-0. No one. I mean, I didn't see the scoreline coming, but that's Pep Guardiola football. War of attrition. They weigh you down slow, like little by little.
That mental.
West Ham collapsed in the second half, man.
They did well first half. There's definitely some bright points West Ham can take. They were solid defensively. They were tight. I mean, obviously, City's going to dominate possession. But your boy Issa Diop, maybe he had a couple of shaky moments, especially in the first half. In the first half, the second half was all out guns blazing. But the first half, I saw some things that I liked from him, really but he was a little shaky.
He was overwhelmed, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Jack Wilshere
Garbage.
wasn't doing.
Sebastian Haller to me is the dude who everyone was hyping coming into the game.
50 mil.
They said I mean, look, he was predicted to score. He had a couple chances, but he should have put it away.
He should have. It's Man City.
Yes,
but
at the end of the day,
I'm not.
Everyone gets a pass.
No, I'm not criticizing him, but him bringing up.
No, he should have. You're right.
So real quick, let's just touch on City again. Jose Mourinho came out. They asked him who the favorite to win the league. It's Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Man City's squad B. So basically, on the bench you have Foden, Gundogan, Aguero, Otamendi, Bravo, Cancelo, Silva. And then also Fernandinho and Sane weren't there. Those are 9 players that very well could be starting for any team in this.
That's why Man City is going to repeat the title.
That's why they're going to win a Champions League at some fucking point within the next 2 or 3 years. They got a Champions League.
This is the strongest team ever assembled.
Last year, I think was your window to really just like knock them off this.
Exactly.
Like, okay, when you win a league, maybe 2 in a row. You go down in history. When you win a league, the English Premier League, 3 years in a row, that's a different tier now. Yeah. Now we're talking about all-time great teams. And they've already been in there, but they just keep proving it over and over again.
They have a chance of becoming the best team ever in EPL.
If they get Champions League, that's it.
100%.
Like, right? So they win a Champions League, and it's like...
It's the best era.
If they win Champions League, they line up with Manchester United that won 3 from 07 to 2009.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
because we won 3. We went to 2 Champions League finals, won 1, lost 1, and won the title 3 times. And then we lost the league, then we won the league back. So
but I wouldn't be surprised.
4 titles.
I wouldn't be surprised if this team wins 8 EPLs in a row.
But it's a relentless hunger.
That's not
to win for more.
Dude, you know what it is?
That's how young they are too.
I'd be surprised if they did that.
Pep Guardiola's at Man City, they will continue to be dominant. They will never have a manager.
And they are spending 100 to 150 mil every year, even though Pep said no, we don't.
Right? See what I'm saying? Pep was a jackass. Because I'm gonna deny it. I'm gonna deny it. It's like, bro, you bring in Cancelo deadline day.
I love it.
Spend 120 mil.
He's just
in the window.
And the players they're letting go, they're not. Danilo played 20 games for Man City.
They have the pick of the litter. Pep has the pick of the litter.
35 million sold to Juventus,
dude.
For Danilo, who has started maybe 20 games for Man City.
Look,
like, what a pickup. Their whole. It's not just what they do on the. It's everything. It's the guys up top.
It's all of it.
That's what you're striving for. That's
versus Liverpool, who are like, nah, we are. What we got? Like,
now we got some youngsters.
Well,
we'll bring in Harvey Elliott.
But why, bro?
Van den Berg.
Because there are ownerships that fucking understand what it takes to build dynasties, and then there are ownerships that like kind of fucking are frugal enough and smart enough and wise to like make the right cheap moves. That's where Liverpool is, and like
not enough
to win the fucking like you got to pull City. United's the same thing. Luckily, we have the same like bank account, so like at some point, if we get the right pieces, technical directors, we can do it. But like to Tom's point, like Liverpool, like no money spent.
Should have spent at least 80 mil on just depth.
Dude, not even depth, just like even like push players, dude. No, like
starters.
Depth players.
Yeah, like Gabi Jesus depth. Like you know, Sane depth. That's what you mean, like that
Gundogan depth. Like 40 mil.
Yeah,
and then you get a few others. That's 5 or 10.
The dude who's really like a legit starting.
The dude that City signed this year, man, that really is the X factor is Rodrigo.
Easy.
or Rodri,
Rodri,
in
yeah.
the middle.
Well, that's his name. Yeah, Rodri.
Rodri,
That's his name.
whatever.
Yeah,
Shortened
it's both.
abbreviation, but
Yeah.
he's the guy, man. Because now you got David Silva, him,
Most professional player in the league. Tucked shirt, high
Fernandinho.
socks.
But dude, he's the guy. He's the go-to guy now. Like if
Yes,
someone
they play
someone
through
gets
him.
injured, no problem, and he's the
Bro,
top dude. You're bringing
9 times out
Fernandinho
of-
to back him up.
9 times out of 10, dude, like Rodri was receiving the ball either in his box or top of his fucking box. And I was like,
Constantly.
this is match day 1 in the new league.
He doesn't stop moving, guys.
Fucking no.
Always
Watch him.
open.
They're
Always
weak.
open.
He doesn't stop moving.
City's worst position.
Doesn't stop moving.
City's worst position is left back, and their starting left back as of right now, Zinchenko, is a B plus at
Is
least.
it already?
He's a shutdown.
You want to talk about form? Yeah.
what
You want
I
to
mean?
talk about
borderline
form?
shutdown.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Exactly. And he's
I
not
agree.
playing
He's
out
been
of
like that since
position.
last year. That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's why you can even.
Well, they make
Dude,
it so
in
easy to
FIFA,
play on him.
in
You
FIFA,
can-
he's now a left back.
They protect him.
He used
Oh,
to be
they're
a center
Golden
mid.
State,
He's
bro.
still young. He could still move to like the 10 or something.
I'm saying the FIFA has him down as a left back down, not even a midfielder. It's
Yeah.
like, nah,
Football manager
he's
has
a
him
left-
down as a left
But we
back
know-
too, bro.
We
Like,
know what he
he's a
really
captain.
was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Next
Okay.
week we're gonna learn a lot because they're going against Tottenham. So
Who's home? Who's home?
I love this.
City.
City are gonna win that
So you're
game.
gonna win.
City win that game.
Look, dude. If Son's back, and I think he's back, the suspension was just one game, right?
Dude, they almost lost to Villa. Give me a break.
Bro, Harry Kane, Son, bro. Who knows what can happen when you have the best strike in the world? Wink, wink.
Nice.
Wing.
Ain't no wing. Ain't no wing. It's legit.
Dude, anything can fucking happen.
As-
City will probably win.
Look,
anything can
As
happen.
we're talking
Lo
about
Celso
Spurs,
off the bench with Erickson to go with them. Look, man, I don't want to get too wrapped up in Spurs, but
let's
We have
go
to
City.
move on to the next
why is
one.
Raheem not getting
Let's
like
go City
Raheem?
real
Like we
quick.
just like, yeah, Raheem, you got your hat trick.
that's-
All right,
you know
cool.
what?
Top,
But
you
that's
know why?
but that's
Because it's
Raheem.
fucking Aguero status, bro. Aguero were like,
Right.
oh, who's the best strike? It's like Aguero's been scoring 20 plus for the last 10
Yeah,
years.
it's like now we're getting
Yeah.
used to Raheem
Exactly.
hat tricks,
No,
right? Like
when he
is that
misses-
what's
when he
happening?
misses,
now?
we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
right. Is that what's happening? Because I haven't heard
It's
a
all-
peep
it's-
from Huss, not
Nah.
a peep
About what? Raheem
about
Sterling?
Raheem.
Yeah, he's doing great. We've talked about this many times.
All right, bro.
There's only two
fire's
things.
not
I said
there,
the two
bro. Energy's
most
not the
important
same.
things that he needed to do was have
Dribble.
better ball control and being able to shoot outside 12 yards.
Why doesn't he need to do that? To win the league title?
Because no, well, he was also younger where he wasn't able to get there.
Why does he do it?
No, he needs to do that to win Champions League. But look,
Better
Pep
ball
said,
control.
Pep
His ball
said,
control's pretty high.
Pep-
What do you like?
Yeah,
Ball control
no,
and
his
what?
touch is unbelievable.
way?
no, now,
Ball control's kinda
drilling
vicious.
against defenders and everything like that. That was a big thing, like where inside the
Okay,
box.
then Liverpool-
So he's got that now.
Yeah.
So now it's out.
At
Just
Liverpool was
outside
more
of the
run and
box.
gun.
Well, he doesn't need to do that.
But
He doesn't
the
need to do that.
biggest
He
thing was
just
being
Steve
able
Ballmer.
to shoot. Look,
He
he's
can
a fast
shoot.
dude with some skills.
See the chip?
His
You see the
shooting was
chip?
not on. Look, everything outside of 12 yards a couple of years ago.
And the VAR, he
Or
should have had an
every-
assist
every-
in this game.
But now,
too.
but right
Yeah,
now,
his
can you shoot
armpit
outside the
was
box?
offside.
outside the box. I would say
18 and 1 inch.
Look, I'll give him probably another 3 yards, so 15 yards out, 15, 16 in that area.
No, but I think that's a fair
But I'm
critique of his
still,
game.
I'm still not going to give him 18, 19, 20 yards out. I haven't seen it. I've seen what one time last year.
Yeah,
And
but how often is
It's that Liverpool
how often
salt,
are
but it's a
wingers
fair
cutting
critique.
in and
It's a fair
shooting from
critique.
20 yards in when they're
there's a
cutting-
difference between Raheem Sterling shooting outside the box and Aguero
Oh,
shooting outside the
I
box.
agree.
Because we're not talking about Raheem Sterling, is he a good player? We're talking about Raheem Sterling, does he have enough to be top 5 player in the world shooting outside the
I think
box?
he is. I think he does.
I think he does.
I don't know about right now, not for top 5 in the world.
Who's better right now, Mane or Raheem Sterling?
Raheem Sterling.
Yeah,
no,
who's better outside of Salah? Who's better than Sterling? Salah's top 5.
I mean, Hazard.
No,
in the
wait,
league.
no, I'm talking about worlds.
Okay, give me
yeah.
5 players that are better than Raheem Sterling in the world right now.
Neymar,
In the same position.
Hazard.
Yeah,
Neymar. Neymar hasn't played in like
Neymar,
a year.
Neymar, but
yeah.
still, when he's better than Raheem.
Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe.
Now this guy's
No, because those are the front 3, obviously, and then maybe even Salah.
Griezmann's better than
Yeah,
him
I'd probably say
overall.
Salah right
I
now
don't
because
know.
the last
I think
few.
it's-
I don't know about that.
And it's also, I mean,
And this
system.
isn't gassing Sterling. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. It's just a system as well. Because look, guys play nuts in Pep's system,
Dude, but his
he's-
athletic ability.
Raheem Sterling has definitely stepped up.
His abilities,
game.
his
Pep,
speed.
like it's there.
I
It's
think-
there on
I
the
think,
field.
I think guys take
Yeah.
it to the next level with Pep, but
Yeah.
like he only plays with guys who can get to that level.
No
anyway.
doubt. So you got to
So,
give
like,
him
he
his
was gonna
credit. It's
get
not
there
like
anyway,
it's not
yeah.
like if you weren't with Pep,
Exactly.
he wouldn't be doing some of these things.
Exactly.
But Zinchenko as well.
Like,
all of a sudden,
I'll
he
give you
looks
an
like a
example.
world class left back.
Give you
It's
an
like
example,
But he might have been like
with Ronaldo,
Would he
like, for
on
example,
Juve?
Cristiano Ronaldo, people are like, oh, he doesn't dribble anymore. He used to be able to dribble, but he can't dribble. He can't get by one guy. All this stuff. Like, sometimes you don't need all that. Like, if you're just so good at
just
what you do.
productive.
Like, Ronaldo
productive.
scores goals. That's what he's amazing at.
Yeah, they're not as pretty as Messi
all
anymore.
I think it's a fair critique just to be like, look, he doesn't have that distance shooter stat. that other players does. And he doesn't need that to be top 5.
When you look at the numbers, even though he's not scoring outside of the box like Griezmann does,
he's scoring. Is he scoring?
His numbers are on par with Griezmann's.
That's what I'm saying, man. He won 2 league titles. Yeah, he hasn't won the Champions League yet. You can't put that all on him. He scored 30 goals in the last 3 seasons. I mean, all comps.
Last 2 seasons.
No, I'm not. I never said he was bad at scoring goals.
It doesn't matter if he can't shoot from outside the box. It doesn't affect.
To me, this is again Sterling's first year as the best player on Manchester City. To me. So, in the past years, KDB's been that dude, Aguero's been that dude, Company was that dude at a point
People
in time.
got injured,
but
again,
that's why I predicted him to be player of the season this year, but Griezmann has been the best player on his team for 3, 4, 5 years. When the number 1 guy, going against Barca, going against Madrid.
But when you compare the
you know what I mean?
But my argument was before, when he first went to City, he wasn't outside the box. I'm saying it was 13, 14, 15 yards out from the goal. At the penalty marker or further, he was missing the net. He was like Cavani all day, every day.
Why?
But inside 12, he had a high success rate. He was quick. He could cut. He could just slot. But the actual shooting point, 12 yards out, he was not very good. Now he's getting better every year, which we expected. Now when he's 28 years old, hitting that real prime, I wouldn't be surprised if he's hitting 18, 19 yards out.
Shout out to Mahrez. Absolutely played a blinder. It's fucking nuts how Pep has these guys just cocked, just ready to fucking shoot every time they come on the pitch. I'm expecting Bernardo Silva. I went Man City heavy on my fantasy team.
Dude, but I did the same thing. Bernardo will play. You just gotta take it when he doesn't play. You know what I mean?
I thought Matchday won.
Yeah, I had him. I had him.
Mahrez had AFCON. And Mahrez.
He also
blinders.
Pep was always was saying that he was the best player pretty much last year on the team, and then he had so many clutch goals at the end of the year.
So this year might be. Mahrez might be Pep's guy. Remember how last year Silva was I'll leave this club before I sell Silva.
Might tune him up.
I think Foden and Mahrez are those dudes.
Because here's the thing that Mahrez has over Bernardo Silva. He's got the ability to single-handedly take over a game.
He's got the Mane gene in him.
Yeah, Bernardo's got those magic moments, what a volley, or what a pass.
Yeah.
You can give Mahrez the ball from half, and he can win you a game. That's what he has.
Yep.
That I think makes Man City different.
Yeah, you can't teach
make
that.
Man City different.
And shout out real quick.
I was gonna say just Mahrez's scissors, just the step over the scissors, everything.
Smooth,
He got that last. He's got all the moves.
All of it.
He's got all the moves down.
Twigs too. Twigs.
Yo, shout out to
Twinkle
Leroy Sané, man. Sad news, ACL tear out. I think till February they said.
My boy.
Super disappointing here, man.
He wasn't part of the rotation anyways.
So sad, man. He started.
He was going to Bayern,
They
bro.
started him,
man.
I think he was trying to do that, that rotational that you're talking about with Gabi Jesus.
Yeah.
Really trying to get him in the team because obviously he was linked with Bayern.
Yeah.
But it's sad, man. So now he probably won't move to Bayern.
Yeah,
and,
he's definitely not moving. And even when he comes back in February, he's gonna have a short time to kind of make an impression. I don't know if Bayern will buy him next year, so the move might be off for 18 months.
But at least he'll be, as long as he recovers fully and healthy. When it comes into the run-in, dude, you can have a fresh legs. Leroy Sané coming in for Champions League, coming in for the title run-in.
Let's move on from City.
Liverpool 4.
Real quick, I saw a crack here. My bad, guys. I saw a little crack in City's fucking team spirit. Sterling was on 2 goals. They got the penalty. Aguero said no. Took the penalty for him. And Sterling was literally standing at the top of the D, ready to take it. No, not ready to take it.
That's because Aguero needs to stay relevant in the golden boot.
Yeah, and Jesus. He's got Jesus breathing down him, so Aguero has to take his moment.
Think that's a riff? That's a little mini riff?
Not a riff, but competitive to the point where nah, dude, you're on a hat trick? Yeah. Fuck that.
This is still my team. This is still my team.
This is still business. Yeah,
I'm cool. You're not yet.
Yeah,
you're gonna be in a couple of years, but right now it's my team.
Keep an eye on that.
Not to go back in time, but for the Man U game, instead of Pogba taking his fucking million step-ups to the penalty, Rashford took it. I'm taking this. He's going for the golden boot, man. He needs to hit. He needs to hit 20 for this year.
Pogba adjusted his run-up, bro. After all the little steps.
No, dude. I feel so uncomfortable with Pogba on penalties. I feel uncomfortable. I know Rashford.
We get it. You don't like him. We understand.
I like him, but dude, how do you don't? Dude, he's 50-50. He has more penalties.
Just real quick.
He likes him. He doesn't love him.
Let's at least just honor the moment of Rashford being passed.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's his responsibility.
It's not anti-Pogba.
No, I'm just saying it's United and let's 4-1 Liverpool versus Norwich. Brought it back in time. Brought the moonwalk right there.
Clean sheet, Van Dijk. Sick clean sheet.
Are you
Arnold. Sick clean sheet. Robertson. Sick clean sheet.
So there's a leak in the pool.
Yeah,
pool.
No, Liverpool had the most clean
No?
clean sheets last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
City won.
was this?
Did they win the league title?
When was this?
Last year.
Oh, cool. What year?
No. I'm saying is
Where
you
did that
don't
get
need
from?
the most clean
Tell
sheets
me
to
about
win the
history.
league. So he's
United-
saying 6 clean sheet.
United
I mean,
has
look, we
more
still
Premier
won
League titles
4-1.
than
Dude, for fantasy,
4-1 out of
fantasy,
fantasy,
you guys
killed me.
Van Dijk fucked me.
If
think
only
Van
you were
Dijk
so
is-
lucky. First off, Van Dijk also got a goal, so no, he didn't.
Yeah, relax.
So chill.
Van
I've had more
Dijk
for
is the most selected player
Yes,
in
he could have
fantasy,
more.
guys. How crazy is that?
Dude,
Look,
Van Dijk had the
absolute
best
beast.
header I've ever seen in my entire life. Just fucking walked up to the ball, didn't even jump,
That was cold
headed
blooded.
the
Oh my
ball,
God.
and walked. Dude,
He
they
just
held that
absolute
guy up. Little kid,
domination.
just pushed in a little kid. Yeah, sorry, little boy. Ball
cold
came
blooded.
in, didn't even move, walked into it. That's the best corner kick goal I've ever seen in my
I don't know
life.
whose goal was better.
Hey, man.
Van Dijk, where it was just like
Besides the Scholes ball, yeah.
Van Dijk was basically big brother, little brother. Move aside. I'm gonna head this in.
dude.
Or was it
Origi.
Rashford in the United game with the RKO? He was like wrapped his arm around someone's. I don't know if it's Aspie or who it was, but he hit the ball in and he like went down on someone's
Oh, it was
face.
Martial. Yeah, he gave him the people's elbow.
Oh
On
my
Aspilicueta.
goodness!
I saw that.
I don't know. That hurt more. But
Martial, but when he scored the
Oh, was
second
it Martial?
goal,
I
for the,
thought-
he
I
put
thought
it
it was right.
across.
I thought it was right. Okay,
Yeah.
but the point is, Van Dijk. It was just like
Forgot
you
to
could just
shout
see
him
the
out.
difference in class.
At the end.
Just
No,
the
he's a
difference
beast.
between Van Dijk and a normal defender in EPL is, oops, bang.
Look, to be fair, that guy's not a normal defender. He's a championship defender, hoping to make
Well, that's
it
what
in
I'm
the
saying. You could just see the level difference
Level,
right
yeah.
there.
Okay.
But I mean, it was great. It was huge for Salah to get a goal.
And assist.
Because all those things where we talk about Kane, does he score in August? We don't need that type of negativity around Salah right now. We just need him to bank in that first goal, and now he feels good.
Salah scored every single opener for Liverpool since he joined.
Boom.
He's cold-blooded, dude.
And
Cold-blooded.
What a take,
okay,
too,
but
that little
again,
touch and Sherl. I mean,
nice.
look, even though he scored a goal, they have Mahrez coming in for Sane, and we have Origi coming in from Mane.
How are you going to
Here
throw hate on
we
me?
Look,
Listen,
he
listen,
had a goal.
Fucking
He
let
had
him
a goal, but you
And
start
an
Origi
assist.
over. You would start Origi over Mahrez.
that's not what I'm saying,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
saying.
He's a squad role player, and he's good enough to be a squad role player, and he's made
He had a goal
impacts
and an assist.
in big games. And in this game, he helped with the first goal.
Dude, he's
yes, it was an
literally-
own
literally-
goal, but the ball came in from his
I'm saying
side.
he had a great
Huss,
game.
he's literally-
But is he
had
going
a
to do
great
this
game in
game in,
Champions
game out?
League final. You didn't say
Huss.
that he had a great
I-
game in the Merseyside derby. So when he's come in lately,
Huss.
he's
Wait, he had a great game for the Merseyside derby.
Huss,
Come
he's
on
a
now.
Solskjaer, bro.
dude.
He's a
He
Solskjaer.
scored a game
Come in,
winner for
make
you.
things happen.
Like, and he was
That was a freaky.
whatever you want to say.
Crossbar,
I hate
down.
when people like
And-
don't produce and then we shit on them and then they produce regardless of how. It's like
I'm
how you
still
score your goal.
weary.
If it's with a head,
moving
oh,
the
it fucking
goalpost.
I guess-
sucks. If it's with
I'm
your stomach,
still wary whether he can be consistent.
irregardless, he got a goal. And if he scores, he did well. That header, he headed the ball down. It's good technique.
And the own goal, too.
Yeah, bro. Look, he's not your priority. If what you're saying is we need to upgrade in that position, yes, I agree. That's not your priority, mate.
And-
Upgrading on
okay.
Origi isn't your priority.
And talking about the depth right now, Liverpool, they lose Alisson. And thank God it was the one position we actually have a backup. Because if Robinson or Trent go down,
Dude, I like Adrian.
and with Alisson out right now, we're swimming up Shit's Creek.
Dude,
Like, this is not a good situation.
Adrian's not going to give you Adrian's not going to give you the special saves, and if
we saw that in
Alisson's not fit, man,
Timo
it's going to hurt
Pukki.
you in the run-in because
Yeah.
Alisson saves you goals, gets you goals.
Norwich pulled a goal, so, like, you think, oh, if they're playing Everton, maybe there'll be a little bit more special saves needed and it won't be there.
No, he
Palace,
A
like,
top six side, bro. Just any top six
yeah.
side. Like,
it's a big
Alisson
deal,
is-
dude.
In every
It's a big-
top six
it's like-
game last
here's the
season,
thing,
Alisson
it's
had
like
at
United
least
without
one
De Gea.
special save.
You know, obviously you have Van Dijk and the good coverage, but, like, United without De Gea, bro.
It's a
who
big
knows?
deal,
All right.
but it's not like Mingele's back
So-
there. If Mingele was back there, I'd be more concerned.
put it this way.
Adrian's a good goalie.
They said 6 to 8 weeks, roughly 2 months.
Yeah.
Now, that happened on the 9th, so that would be roughly, what would that be? Basically October 9th. So, if you look at the games coming up, yeah, we have Chelsea Super Cup. Southampton, we can win without Alisson. Arsenal, that's going to be harder, but I think we can still win without
Are
Alisson.
you guys
Major
home that game?
Burnley,
Dude, that's
Newcastle,
tough, man.
Major
Sheffield,
attack. Oh, man,
Leicester.
Everton,
Yeah, we're
Leicester,
playing
man.
Chelsea, but the game
guys
that
can
we
see
need
the
to
win.
watch out for will be roughly, what would that be? Roughly 9 to 10 weeks out from now. Manchester United, October 19th.
Home or away?
That United's home, but that's the game that we need Alisson back for. That's the number one game we need him back for. Look, all those other games, we can win without him, but I have faith in Virgil and stuff like that, and Salah and Mane to carry the load.
You're saying that atmosphere of the derby might be
the
too
one
much.
going to Old Trafford is the huge game that we need the Rock back there. And if he comes back, let's say he comes back September 28th, he has that one game buffer, too, against Leicester, which would be good.
Yeah, maybe, man. Look, he's a world-class goalie. You need him, but you guys are good enough, and your backup, like, that's actually a sneaky purchase that you made for depth.
free.
That was actually, that was sneaky. But we'll see, man. Liverpool, they're always going to score goals, but will you get goals from midfield?
Yes.
That's my thing. Like, your front three are savages, but what happens if they don't produce? Who can get you goals from midfield? Hendo's kind of trended a little bit. Last year, he got, I think, like 2 goals. Like the last 3 or 4 games, something like that.
Scored a couple of big goals.
Wijnaldum can sometimes come up big.
Naby
But
Keita's the
I think
big one.
that addition, which is why I've always wanted Liverpool to get an attacking midfield.
Be Ox, bro.
Yeah, someone needs to throw a little wrench in the system for you guys there, and just be the odd man who gets those additional goals.
Yo,
Yeah.
but Fabinho's
The
looking
fourth
nice this
guy.
game.
Yeah.
And Fabinho's the guy in the midfield that really makes his team tick. If you have Hendo there, it's a completely different dynamic, and they're not as quick, they're not as creative in the midfield. This guy, that's the X factor for Liverpool. He links the play. Van Dijk wins the ball, finds Fabinho, or Fabinho plays out from the back. But the chemistry between the front three, even without Mane, the Firmino, Salah, Firmino mix is nice. And Wijnaldum too.
So if we want to talk about goals from last year, about midfielders and everything, I do agree with you. Salah, Mane, they both get 22 each. Roberto Firmino has 12. Then you get Shaqiri with 6, Milner with 5, Virgil with 4, Origi with 3, and then we get to the midfield with Ouija with 3, and then Keita with 2. So look, the midfield really
Slacking.
It's the work rate.
That's not where the goals are going to come from. Their job is to have work rate in the middle, push the ball to Firmino, slip it through to Mane or Salah, or get set pieces and let Virgil do his thing.
Yeah, no doubt. That's fact. That's reality. 100%. In order to take that next step, because you didn't make those depth purchases we're talking about, you're going to need a couple additional goals to overlap a team like City in a game where they game plan for your top 3. Everyone game plans for Liverpool's top 3. Now, who's going to come in from midfield and change the game? Who's that
Or
little...
Dele Alli.
Yeah, exactly. Who's that guy who's just going to throw a little wrench in there?
Well, Shaqiri could do that.
Off the bench, again, it's like your starters. It's typically Hendo, Ouija,
But the most important thing, we talked about it time and time again with
Keita.
Liverpool's depth. I'm just super afraid, especially with our 2 best players, having a full summer worth of games. And the way that Liverpool play with so high tempo, rock and roll, or heavy metal.
He could have subbed Salah out this game, though.
And with the history of how many muscle injuries this team has, I feel like every year people go down with muscle injuries.
Why didn't he sub
Last year was
Salah?
a little lucky year. But it just, they always go down. Then I don't know. It's
Two
just,
quick things, Huss.
they're rolling the dice big time.
I want your thoughts on this, right? One for Liverpool and then the other one fantasy-wise. So, Joe Gomez, what do we make of his performance? And then last thing, Pookie. Dude, the way this guy times runs, son, this dude is good at getting in behind the defense. What did you think of him for a fantasy option going forward, potentially?
So, Joe Gomez. I like that dude. But he's going to be switched out with Lovren and Matip. And then Gomez is going to be switching with Trent. So you never know when he's going to play. So fantasy-wise for Gomez, don't think about him. I like him as a player. I think a rotation guy, I think Klopp right now, it stinks because Liverpool have 3 players between Gomez, Matip, and Lovren.
Who's your number one?
Who have
Who's
a
your number
ceiling
one?
at B.
I think Gomez
Who's
is
your number
higher.
one? Who goes next to Virgil?
Matip right now.
Wow.
I think Joe
It's
Gomez.
trash.
I think
Joe Gomez, dude.
I think Joe
And-
Gomez
and
has
Joe Gomez
a higher
all
ceiling
day.
than both Matip. He's a young center back, young English center
Matip's
back.
bombed out.
And
Not in
Pookie,
a big game,
for
though.
fantasy.
Disagree.
I had him, but then I got rid of him because he was facing Liverpool. But I told you guys, watch out for this guy. I told you in the group.
Dude, Pookie's sneaky, bro.
43 matches last year. He had 29 goals and 9 assists. 43 matches, he had 29 goals and 9 assists. This is the guy, kind of like what I said about Jota last year, where I think he had 23 or something, where I thought he was going to... But Jota was also coming from the wing. I think Pookie, he's going to get in behind. I think he's going to score goals. I think he's going to finish with like something like 13, 14. Because even though Norwich, they might lose every game, I think this guy has a chance to get that one goal. I think I see a lot of 2-1, 3-1 losses of Norwich, but I think he's getting that one for them.
Dude, for me, on that point, man, I see Norwich staying up. I wish I could revise my shit because they got 12 shots against Liverpool, dude. Like, for a newly promoted team. Like, I don't think they're going to be in trouble this year. To go to Anfield on match day 1, Liverpool got 15 shots total. Norwich got 12. Liverpool was in control of the game, possession. Liverpool had better quality chances. So, like, I'm not saying that Norwich had a shot in this game, but these guys are not scared.
No, they're
They don't
definitely
play
not scared.
scared.
They're not scared, but again, it's match day 1, so Liverpool also weren't at their full strength. But let's move on.
Real quick, I want to talk about Norwich just for the goal wise. You're saying they get 12 shots. That's great. Last year, they had 93 goals for and 57 against. That's the problem with Norwich, the defense, where they had the most goals for any team.
They won the championship.
Yeah, yeah. They had the most goals by any team by 6 goals. The next was 82. After that, we're in the 70s. So having 93 goals was very impressive by Norwich. So that I do agree with you. If they can get their offense flying and just keep the other team to, let's say even 1 or 2 goals. Yeah. I think the magic mark will be 1 goal for the other team. I think Norwich has a very good
Pookie stays healthy.
He's the guy.
He's a little bit older. I think he's
like Callum Wilson.
What is he, 28?
That dude.
All right, those Spurs guys from across the street, 3.
London's club.
I mean, really, England's club. Everyone loves Aston Villa, 1. And the villains look good, man. Great start. Jack Grealish out here, all Low Sox team. McGinn.
Jack Grealish.
Captain Low Sox. Captain of the Low Sox team.
He's up there, man. He's up there.
You can see the bottom of his calf.
But it would be him who, of course, stabbed his team in the back. Trying to dribble from outside the defensive 18. What are you doing? This is the EPL, man. You don't have as much time as you think you do.
Welcome back,
he loses the ball. Spurs punish him, and that opened up everything,
Dude,
man.
but before that, man, Aston Villa gets a goal with John McGinn. And the commentator was saying that Fergie told or advised Ole to get John McGinn. I think the deal was going to be like £15 million, something very basic like that. And he comes in this game, man, and he scores a goal.
Just like that.
Everybody, commentator was all over this guy the whole game.
It's because of Spurs. It's because of Fergie, dude.
Yeah.
It's because of Fergie.
24 years young. He's not the youngest kid.
He's priming. He's approaching his prime.
Scottish. That's why Fergie likes him.
Yeah, that might be it.
He's going with the Scotland thing again.
Spurs go down early in the first half, and I go into halftime down 1-0. Second half pops up around the 60th minute. They'll scramble in the box. Gets the ball. I forget who laid it off to him. But
Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura lays it off for him, and Dumbledore
sets up nicely.
One-time pin. And Tyrone Mings, by the way, he ducked out of the way. He moved out of the way on purpose.
Dude, he tried to. Yeah,
he was trying to block it
there, and then he pulled his arm away last second.
Well, no, he had his arms behind his back, but he was in position, and then he did that thing where you're trying to lunge for it, but
he's trying to block it.
Yeah.
And he had a beast over first half, right? Like Tyrone Mings.
Make your debut for the club.
Dude, and he played so well. He should have pulled the trigger 5 or 6 times before that.
Yeah, he was dominating.
But that's.
He was He was almost overcompensating because he's the new guy who's trying to figure out. So he kept trying to put Harry Kane in. He'd be wide open top of the 18. He's
chip it back.
He was just trying to make a friend. He was just trying to make a friend.
He is.
No matter what, Harry Kane likes me, and I'm good then. I'm not going anywhere.
Sometimes you got to be the kid who scores.
But he ties the game up, which
fantasy-wise,
brilliant.
Lucas Moura, also a midfielder, rated at 7.5, I think, again. There's a lot of midfielders who are playing forward, who there's 3 or 4, Zaha as well, and stuff like that, where they have great possibilities to put up real good numbers. But when you take Lamela out and you put Erickson in, next week, that's a game to watch against City, because Tottenham, they might be able to do it.
Here's a question. Is Erickson still at Spurs next week? Not physically. I just mean
I hope not.
Has Real is he going to be not playing?
Well, guess what? How do you get Real Madrid to value? By playing really well.
But Poch, is Poch going to play him, or is he going to say your mind is at Real Madrid?
No,
so therefore,
Poch tried that. Poch tried that. He literally tried that this game. He's like, Erickson, you're on the bench.
Yep.
They go down 1-0. Fucking struggling, mate. Struggling. What happens? Second half, subs him on. Everything changed when Christian Eriksen made an appearance. If you look at the stats, he didn't get his assist. He didn't get his goal. Christian Eriksen changed the game. He was able to occupy that central midfield, and the threat of being able to shoot from distance. Now another defender's got to get tight.
Yep.
He can find dudes with passes.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant on the dead ball. He had that free kick. I mean, keeper, good on you for making the save, but he's a complete midfielder, guys. And he's been there for, 7 years? Close to a decade now?
You know what the thing that's holding him back is?
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's one of the best midfielders in the world.
The fact that he's Danish, bro. If this guy's Brazilian, if he's Colombian, if he's Argentine, if he's Spanish, if he's English.
But that's dumb. I agree, but that's dumb because
Real Madrid comes in.
Who's Dane? Laudrup? Wasn't
but
Laudrup?
that's back.
But Michael Laudrup was
the
Danish.
Laudrup
Yeah.
brothers. No, they were Dutch. No,
Danish.
They were.
Yeah, I think Laudrup.
the
Laudrup.
If Erickson was Brazilian, he's on Barcelona.
Been like one of the best, but
look how far you had to go.
I agree with you. Just like
if this guy's Brazilian, he's already at Real Madrid.
No. He's at Barcelona already.
yeah, no, for sure.
Like this
Well,
is
he's got a
Spanish
speaking,
guy.
but that matters too. Like,
in the upper echelon.
how would he fit into the culture?
So Tottenham, the back line look good, but then also look bad. Same thing with Danny Rose. He's the stereotypical with so much emphasis on almost like a wingback philosophy now with the outside back.
That's
he
Pochettino,
is,
though.
but no, this is a lot of people. It's basically the outside back now. This day
Tired
and
of
age.
dudes
It's
shitting
running up
on
and down.
Marcelo and not
but-
saying
but-
shit
but real
about
quick,
Danny Rose.
But Danny Rose, when he got the ball at his feet, perfect cross to Lucas Moura at like the 6-yard box.
Yep.
Well, maybe the 12 yards out. But the point is, he can still play. He just doesn't have the legs. And I think that's the stereotypical part of being a little bit older. Now, look, if this was 15, 20 years ago, with that
Up and
outside
down.
back and then running up and down the game, though.
I think for me, this is perfect situation for Poch. You keep Rose experience. Of course, we know his flaws, just like he kept Ari on the other side, experience and depth. But they brought in, what's his name? The kid. Sessegnon. Sessegnon is going to be the future left back. Or maybe if they decide to make him a winger. But as it stands,
Another nasty
I think they
pickup.
brought him as a left back.
25
Yes.
So, like,
something.
he's going to be the guy for Rose. So, like, he's going to be the understudy or vice versa. They're going to rotate time. But, like, dude, they're going to be fine, man. But Rose is peaked. We all know what Rose is. I wouldn't mind Rose at
defensively.
United.
Defensively with Rose. Going forward, great at getting up and down. No,
Dude, he's
great up.
great
but
at
he's
combining.
struggling getting
One
down.
player we gotta talk
He's
about
great. One thing
starting
Luke
to
Shaw
break.
sucks at is combinations down the line. You know,
Way, dude.
dude,
He's not consistent with him.
his
He's
footwork. He needs to do
Luke Shaw-
ladders,
Luke
man.
Shaw-
Like he's ding-toed his shit.
I think you need
Dude,
to watch him this season.
When
bro.
he gets when he
Defensively,
gets
Luke
stood
Shaw's
up with a guy in front of him, he just passes to
But
the
it's not
side.
even
You know,
like
like he's got no.
positioning and
I'm not.
his
I'm just saying this.
He doesn't have
If
move.
Sterling can't shoot from outside 5 yards, then what's his name?
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw can't dribble past people.
I
You
don't
know,
think
or
he can
not dribble
dribble,
past, but like
Bro.
once he hits a wall, he's like, I got to pass it backwards, or I got to pass it
Bro,
sideways.
watch this.
Yeah,
There,
he
man.
definitely had some moments of combinations last year that I remember.
I'm just saying.
How-
I'm saying Danny
Not
Rose
like
is where Danny
Danny
Rose is
Rose
just
is
better.
saying, yeah, he's
Danny
saying
Rose is just
at
better
that.
at doing that down the line.
So, Walker Peters or Aurier? Who do you have?
Walker Peters.
Walker Peters.
All day, every
Walker
day?
Peters
Yeah,
played
you
well
already
this
know
game.
Auria's ceiling. You know what he's about.
He's erratic.
He's 26 years old. He still has a chance
He's
to
got
go a
mistakes.
little bit up.
He's got mistakes. That's it. Aurea, that's it.
And
He's got
if
mistakes.
even not a mistake, a
Decision-making is
yellow
garbage.
card. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Is
Yeah. He's got
discipline
mistakes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why.
One other player we got to talk about, Moussa Sissoko, created the second goal. I
Dude,
mean,
he's
The
That
was
horse.
nice.
listen, this guy, he's making the resurgence. Like, he had the resurgent year last year, was easily their best center midfielder besides Erickson, of course. He's going to be key in putting him together in a 4-2-3-1 with
Just-
Ndombele.
Just
Playing-
don't
playing
don't let
wide.
him near the 18.
But he plays,
gotta
like,
play
he
him.
plays.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Virgil van Dijk.
What?
I think.
Yeah, the play he should have had the goal. The breakaway.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Sissoko
saying.
had the
Last
break.
season.
Oh yeah,
But he
yeah.
doesn't need to be a
Sis-
goal scorer.
Sissoko in front of the net isn't the smoothest or most composed guy because he's out of his depth
That's not what
there.
he's not supposed
Yeah.
to do.
Sure as
I'm
I'm
just saying,
saying,
but dude, like I'm just saying, like that's
He pass it out,
Look it up,
pick it up,
aggressive.
with throw
Like,
it.
he gets the ball, he wins
Pick
the
it
ball
up
in
or throw
midfield,
it. Doug.
and then just
That
moves.
was so
And then
wrong.
Drive.
picks Harry Kane up.
He does.
Best number 9 in the
So,
world.
like, the way
No
you-
wings.
Yeah.
No winks on the best number 9 in the world. Shout out to Amir. He called them out way before I did. Dude, this team, if Harry Kane's scoring in August.
wait,
Dude, Harry Kane,
that's
two
all
goals.
That's all someone has to do to get a shout out on the show is to be before you. Oh, we should be doing lost shouts for everybody.
Bang bang.
I don't know about that.
Got it.
Bang bang.
Still rate
Not
Lukaku,
only
bro.
took a soul in FIFA, he's taking a soul in the cat. That's the soul
Luckily we
snatch.
weren't-
Look at his ex teammate taking care of your business for you.
Snap.
This guy over here, Snacks.
Last week coming at you,
Can you take over? Can you take over for me?
Calm down. Harry Kane, allergic to August, not allergic anymore. 2 goals in his first game.
Clinical
His
finishes.
first 2 goals in the new stadium.
First 2 goals of the stadium. Didn't play anything the last couple of months. Should not have played in the Champions League
You
finals.
mean Harry Kane? Me, Harry?
Harry Kane.
You know, they
That's
interviewed
legit.
me on NBC
Oh, my
Sports
goodness.
Live Extra. If only I could do a better English accent.
You need to curl your lip up higher, you know, so you have a dumb look on your face, you know. Him and Harry Maguire look exactly
Dude,
alike.
he is the best number 9 in the world. Like, he's
Yeah,
a poacher.
okay.
He drops deep. He gets in positions. He's clinical. Like, he has no flaws in his game.
Puts it in the back of the net.
Harry Kane has no flaws in his
He's
game.
the best number 9, bro, in the world.
Mbappe,
bro. Mbappe.
No flaws?
Yeah,
how about you show up to a big game?
Oh. You showed up in big games before?
Yeah, he showed up physically. Like, he was there. We saw him.
What about the Arsenal
We're just talking
Spurs
about,
game last season?
He's talking about cups now.
Wait.
Right?
So, like,
I think it's
that's not a big game.
But that's all down on him.
That's
But
talking
all
about
down
one
on
game.
him?
Hey, Snacks, he's talking about one game.
Moving on.
No. Not only that. Just I'm talking about multiple games of Champos, or how about they play Chelsea how many years in a row and everything goes to shit, and then Chelsea basically own them.
Shitting on Harry Kane, right?
No, he's saying there's zero flaws.
Oh.
He's not a
99.
He's not a 99.
He's a 98?
No.
Hussy, don't even go in with them. Snacks is being ridiculous.
98.
Aguero's an 89, and you could still make a argument to take Aguero over Harry Kane.
I wouldn't make that argument.
Moving on.
All right,
Moving
let's
on.
move
Arsenal.
6th place team, Arsenal.
Arsenal.
4th place team, Arsenal.
You got Spurs finishing 6th, bro.
We're
You're all
7th
over
right
the
now,
place.
actually. Get your facts straight. We're 7th right now.
Hey.
But you know what? This was an away win, man, last year. And look, coming into this game, what was everyone saying? Oh, we're the new signings. Oh, they're all on the bench. Oh, I'd rather have Ceballos in. That's all I'm saying. Silence right now, son. We got the dub. That's what I'm talking about,
let me say
man.
this. Let me say
Pause
this.
for like half a second.
I have, what, 5 new signings?
Yeah.
Pepe, Luis, Ceballos,
And who came on?
Martinelli,
Who
and
came?
then
They
who's
made
the
an
other guy you
appearance.
got? Who's the other guy you got?
Little cameo.
Tierney's injured.
Yep.
Martinelli, you could argue, could have started over Reece Nelson.
Why?
Why not?
Because he's not English. He's not used to this
Just because
league.
he's not English?
Well,
you
that
brought
is a
him
factor
in.
that
But you brought him in.
But that you did bring him in
Ceballos
for Brazil.
Ceballos isn't English.
I know.
Ceballos should 100% be starting over
He
Xhaka.
will. Hey, man.
No, you're saying no, but
Hey,
that was my thing. Is I
it's
was like,
about to be a green
David
light.
Luiz, I
Like, it's still on the
understand.
red.
David Luiz came out on deadline day, hasn't even talked to his teammates yet. I totally understand not him playing.
Yep.
Tierney's injured. Pepe's gassed from AFCON.
Yep.
Martinelli, you can make an argument.
Lacazette as well, injured.
No, but I'm talking about the new signings.
Okay.
He was injured. Ceballos walks into that 11. And you guys would have won at least 3 or 4-0 had he started.
But you can't just promise that, because if you look at, because here's the thing,
he plays,
Snack,
there's more direct
here's
than
what you have to
Xhaka.
understand is, like, if it's a guy like that who hasn't been involved with Arsenal Football Club, like Reece Nelson is a youth product, so he understands our philosophy,
So I
how we
understand
want to
that.
play, right? So that's why that English thing, you're not literally just bringing him in because his nationality. No, it's the fact that he was at the club prior. When Ceballos came in, he had some good moments, but he also gave the ball away needlessly, and it was clear that he wasn't on the same page as these guys. Fucking, like, make a turn on the left flank, Ceballos making a run. Usually Ramsey makes that gut-busting run. Ceballos hangs out. So there were a lot of, like, times they misconnected. The name on the jersey isn't always the best team that's going to go out there, Snacks. And if you look at preseason, how these kids were playing, Callum, Joe Willock, to me, was a little bit of a disappointment today. But it was a big start. He's a youngster. Reece Nelson, all right, he played better than him, but he's invested in the youth. He went with the youth today. Because we had a ton of injuries, man. Like,
to break this down real quick.
it's not always about the name on the back, especially in Matchday 1. There's circumstances. There's reasons why he started them.
Yes, but this was a very risky move because you won 1-0 against maybe the worst team, or one of the top worst, the lowest.
One of the worst teams in the league.
One of the worst teams in the EPL. But the point is, Maitland-Niles, probably your top young player in my mind. He's unbelievable. Great steal. And then who to give it to? A world-class striker. Maybe, probably still
got a chance when he's playing.
Probably still... I mean, in my mind, it has to be still a top 10 striker in the world. Yeah. That touch and that flick, that was fantastic. But the point is, if you don't have a Aubameyang, this is a pretty even game.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now.
Play
And
well.
John Joe Shelby.
But Shelby had a great...
But
we do have a
What I'm saying is,
you don't have a Salah.
What I'm saying is that Arsenal took a huge risk because
and it paid
Newcastle.
off.
Well, Newcastle right now, if you're a Newcastle fan, be scared. Be very scared because you just played maybe the worst or one of the worst top 6 teams when they didn't even have 5-6 starters playing today. And I'm talking about
what does that tell you about Arsenal?
I'm talking about Newcastle.
Does that tell you anything about Arsenal?
I'm talking about Newcastle right now, where I'm saying Newcastle, you need to be afraid where you couldn't even beat the Arsenal team where they had 5 or 6 starters.
And so what does that say about Arsenal? Because you can say that about Newcastle. Yeah, they have to be worried, but the fact that we were able to do it and pull it off, and there were shaky moments, dude. As soon as Alan
this tells me that you guys took a risk. You guys are a top 6 team. If this lineup stays out there, you're a top 12 team.
But
it's not.
You had less shots than Newcastle. You also got annihilated in the air to 21-14. If
All right,
you do
sick.
that,
The game's played on the ground.
top
hey, bro, the ball played on the ground.
This right now, you think this lineup beats Everton?
That's not what I'm saying.
Huss.
Why are you overreacting, dude? And there's
Huss,
circumstance
this is a
behind it. Do you understand why that lineup was so?
No, I fully understand.
So why
with
are
the
you
injury
gassing it like I'm saying that, without Pepe? Dude, this was match day 1, circumstance. New transfers coming in, bunch of injuries happening.
I think this
the
is a
fact that
big
we're
risk.
still,
You won 1-0
it was
against
a
one of the
major
worst
risk, and
teams
what
in the
happened
league.
with risk? Did it pay off? It paid
was a
off.
very- what if you draw this? What if you go
to
1-1?
gamble and the odds are against you?
But
And
you're
you
playing
did.
the game.
You
You're playing the
fucking
game.
It's
won.
not like this game was
You
a
won.
lights out win for you.
It
This
wasn't,
This
but
looked
was
like
it
a
a win?
1-1 draw, very close at times.
Like you said, who was the difference?
Aubameyang,
Aubameyang.
yes.
You don't think Unai Emery knew that? Look, this is the risk. We have to have this guy in the squad. This is who we'll put around him. Dude, Maitland-Niles isn't even a right back. This
at the
man's
first
been
game of the
posting
season,
as a right back.
this could have set the tone for the rest of the year. If you drew this game and we're missing so many starters,
Keep playing the if game by yourself over there.
no, I understand that. But if I'm a manager, I'm not taking that risk.
If there was a solar eclipse at halftime,
Because when we lose, I'll take the shit. But when we win away from home with a weakened squad, I'm taking that.
But this is
Regardless
against one of the
whether
worst.
How the game was played, we can get into that.
This is against one of the worst. If Mitrovic is playing this game,
The one thing that Arsenal don't have to worry about is because I think they have a top 4 squad on paper. It's Emery likes to tinker. That's his issue. Like sometimes you'll see 3-4-3, 4-4-2,
Dracula?
4-2-3-1. Like
And you'll see different lineups.
yeah, and that's fine.
And that was his,
if
remember,
it
it was
works-
his first year
but that's-
last year.
and
So
that's what-
let's put that in there too.
This is the first game. That's why I was saying
this
when
year
Huss
he has to find his formation. Like that's
He
the
does.
same
When
thing.
Huss-
He does. But remember when he was with Sevilla, what did he play? 4-3-3. When he was with PSG, what did he want? 4-3-3. So that's ideally what he wants. He just needs the necessary pieces to do so. So he's been trying to adjust to Arsenal a little bit here and there. First year, last year. I do agree, though. We'll see how he still has to prove that going forward. Let's see how he adjusts to the squad. But, dude, the signings we've made are brilliant. And there are such things as calculated risk. Newcastle's in turmoil right now. 10,000 protesting this match. People not showing up to the game. They want Mike Ashley out. So if you are going to take a risk to play a weekend squad, wouldn't now be the time? Like, so...
I don't know, dude, because even that last free kick that Newcastle had, that Almiron had, what was he, off by like
2 feet. The diver? The little diver? Yeah,
by the way,
take that yellow
I've been thinking about
ticket.
this. I was thinking about this all game.
Bitch ass.
Does he look more like a frog or a turtle?
Turtle.
Okay, turtle. Okay. Because I was thinking a big time. I was like, I don't know, dude.
I think it's a turtle cartoon character.
I was
Even
having-
with
Franklin.
brows.
I was having the
Right,
same
yeah.
discussion watching the game.
I just want to before we move on.
Yo,
I just
Snacks, we
want-
need that on the IG story, bro. Almiron
Hey, wait.
Franklin.
Speaking of
Hold
great
on.
signings, Tom, Alan St. Maximin. I don't know how to say this guy's name.
No, you got it
bro.
right. Maxine, I think it is.
It's St. Maximin. I
Yes.
Saint Maxime, Saint Maxime.
you
That's
gotta
close
say it
enough.
Fast.
We
Anyway,
know who he's talking about.
ASM.
this guy, man, most direct guy in the Premier League. Reminds me of Adama Traore. Fucking runs straight forward.
Adama Traore's
This guy's a
still in the league.
beast. But this guy was all over the place, man. Came on playing right mid, now on the left, now in the middle.
They gave him their 10.
Yeah, and then he was playing on the
When
left.
he came on,
So, like,
Dude, hey, hey,
World Cup.
Sign-
should he have started?
Signed for 20.
Fuck the bleeding in, or should he have started?
Yes,
A guy
I think so.
that?
He was
This is
signed
one of
for, like,
my
25
go-to.
mil.
This is one of the top players in my mind who are going to make the biggest impact for a team.
Fantasy wise, right?
No, in general, I think he's going to. I think he's going to.
Started,
In my mind,
Now I don't know because does he know the tactical defensive shit?
No,
that
he's
he-
I think,
Reckless.
and
He's reckless.
And is he done by the 60th? Like, just physically.
No,
like,
but
he's just not.
Is it, but like by the 60th,
He's
has
22.
he made
I don't think he's done by the
two
60th.
Errors
No, but he got
that
some
He
He
needs
needs
behind
discipline.
him.
Yeah,
Not,
he-
not even does he need discipline, but is he up to speed with Steve Bruce's defensive shape?
Well, that's all part of it.
But
that's
what I'm
all.
saying.
Like,
That's why I
we're
don't
gonna.
think he started.
Yeah.
They know. They gave him the 10. They know, like, this is our dude.
When you,
But
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying. When you put
tactically
your
he didn't
strongest
know yet.
lineup out there, guys, it's like a lot of it has to do with chemistry. Like, we don't
timing.
factor in team chemistry and timing and
Yeah.
injuries.
Like,
And
when
maybe
he
this
came
dude is
in-
80% versus this dude who's not as good, but he's 100% ready to go and he's been
Yeah.
playing well.
but let's be honest.
Johnny
If
O'Shea.
Newcastle get relegated, Lascelles and this guy are the two people going to be first off this year.
Almiron and Richie.
Longstaff,
Lascelles.
maybe.
Longstaff.
I don't
maybe
like
with
Almiron.
United.
If you're talking about,
You don't like
I think
Almiron,
Almiron was
dude?
too wasteful at times.
I like him
He is,
over
like,
as a
he's
He's
player.
got the
But, like,
smoothness. He's got the
yeah,
silk,
he's
man.
got that skill
He's
you
the
can't
engine.
teach.
He can
He's
change
like
a game.
What did you say about
He can change a
Lamar,
game.
the WD-40, right?
Yeah.
That's what Almiron
Yeah.
is for this
He's-
team.
Look,
So-
Lamella has silk too. More silk, actually. But I don't like Lamella on on Spurs.
You said Almiron on Spurs was the link?
No. I'm saying you were talking about how he has
Newcastle.
Silk, and then I go Lamella has Silk, but I don't like Lamella on Spurs.
Yeah,
like,
no,
but, you
Almiron
would like
is-
Lamella on Newcastle. You know what I mean? Like, I think Almiron, if they get relegated, goes to I don't even know, Everton, like that kind of.
I don't know about Everton.
I think he's certified.
Maybe Bournemouth.
He's nice.
EPL
bro.
player,
Maybe Bournemouth.
but-
That's a good landing
Yeah.
spot for him.
Hey Tom, here's a question. What do you think about Chambers?
Dude, I thought Chambers was solid, man.
The Chambers suck up
Chambers
these
secret?
now,
pairing in the middle,
I can't
in the
wait
back.
for fucking Rashford to meet Chambers.
yeah, no.
I
I mean,
can't
he
wait.
can
I
definitely
cannot
get roasted.
wait.
Don't get me wrong, dude. Chambers is an average, if not just above average defender, but
That's Louise's
Yeah.
spot.
But yeah, he's gonna take that for. To me, the thing that concerned me most about Arsenal, our inability to build up from the back. Remember when I was talking about Man United?
It's
how you
because you
guys
got getting
pass
dozy
through
back there.
pressure?
That guy didn't win one fucking header
No,
in the whole
dude.
game.
Dude.
Didn't win a single headed ball.
All right,
No,
dude.
but-
Like,
And then he's losing the ball.
No,
It's
actually,
center
he had.
it's
he
not
had-
only is it the center backs,
that's what
but
Louise
it's
is
also
saying.
Leno. Look, dude,
He had three.
it's too slow. The new
Leno
rule.
too.
3 headers?
Dude, so the new
How
rule.
many?
Remember when you used to have to
10?
play it outside the 18?
20.
So now you don't have to do that. Just get the ball in and
No,
play.
but you know what it is?
It's
No,
just,
Tom,
we're going so
look,
slow, and we
look.
set it up,
You
and then
know
we
why?
can't.
You know why it's slow?
Oh,
What do you got?
Because they're not confident in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's-
City gets it and just play. Like, oh, there's 8 fucking guys at the top of our box. Yeah, play it. Like, because they know, like, this is our system. Arsenal's still working on it. So I think Unai's like, let's not give a cheap one away trying to fucking be overconfident.
yeah, if it's too on. But
let's
there were
set it
times
up
where it
and
was just
play.
like
But you're right.
But that's what
we
Louise
just
is there
like
for.
Leno's looking
You're right.
left, looking
You're
right,
right.
looking forward.
Yeah, you're
Everyone's standing.
Yep.
It's awkward. Newcastle's organized. They're talking. Then
You're
we
right.
launch one long. We give the ball away. If we're doing that against Newcastle, can you imagine Liverpool, City, Spurs? That
You're
press. How are we
fucked.
gonna break through that
I
press?
don't think you're gonna press.
What the
I don't think you're gonna play. You're gonna fucking lump it.
But
You're
that's
gonna
what he
lump it.
wants to do.
Against
And
all
with
the-
that, David Luiz may help us do that.
That's the thing. Is
You know,
I think
like
your personnel.
Da-
for this
David
game doesn't-
Luiz.
like,
But
Callum
David Luiz, you want
Chambers,
David
Socrates,
Luiz.
You want those guys playing the ball out of the back
and
for
you want I don't know if you want Louise.
Dude, but hey,
Callum Chambers played D mid. Like he's got.
You want Louise in there. In terms of defending,
like-
you can upgrade.
Yeah.
In terms
He's a
of like
stopgap. He's there for
success.
1, 2
I
seasons.
think Luis and fucking Socrates are gonna have like a formidable partnership in the back. Everything else,
Potentially, that's
I
our
mean, there's
best.
gonna have holes, but I think they'll hold it together.
They both got mistakes in them potentially, but I agree with you.
Because David Luiz does have the build-up play. He likes to ping to the corners. He'll find
Balls over the top to
Aubameyang out
Aubameyang.
wide. You know,
And
David
don't
Luiz's
forget Pepe.
positioning is so shit.
it's suspect.
Rudiger
Yeah.
covered so much of his bullshit last season. You saw the stats coming in. He made less tackles than Mustafi, less interceptions,
Every
less.
stat-
He also did he have to
Everything
did he also have to
less-
defend less?
No, yes, because Rudiger was
He had-
covering.
no,
He had now come
And,
together
and
better
us
offense.
because
He
they're
had-
back
and
three.
He had Conte.
And
Conte
was
was
exactly.
there.
He had all this coverage.
He did.
David Luiz on
Look,
an
guys, don't
island
get it
is gonna be
twisted.
Brazil versus Germany.
I'm not super gassed
Guy
about
is
this
fucking
David Luiz
suspect.
purchase. I like the David Luiz purchase because you're gutting an
depth.
enemy
Yeah, it's
directly,
good
right?
depth.
So we're taking away from Chelsea, adding to Arsenal.
Just like
Your
Ashley Cole
problem-
all
I
over
think
again,
your
right?
problem-
Right?
I
You
think-
guys won on
I
that.
don't even think this guy papers. I think to the to the naked eye, he
It's happened
papers
the other way.
crack.
It's happened
But
the other way.
I don't think,
Dude,
What's
what,
that
what
guy
else
say
do
again?
they have, Tiki?
I said I think over the
What,
naked
yo,
eye.
but what do they have? They have
Dude,
not.
but they
They have
should have
nothing
bought
else.
someone else. Is my point. Obviously, they have nothing else. You
No,
can't
it was a
play Luiz.
desperation buy
8
that we
mil.
had to
Like
make
Brian
at that
Luiz.
point.
You needed a center back.
Desperation.
You needed someone
But
who
like,
was
I think
available.
what I'm saying is like around the world, I think there are better guys and even younger.
Dude,
you
we
could
tried
argue.
for Upamecano. They
They
said
tried
we
for
want
Bugatti.
90 million for
They
him.
tried
Like
Bugatti.
we said,
So-
we don't got
so
that.
What, 2 center back, and then Luiz is the response.
No. Well, it was a desperation at the end of the window.
Like,
It's not
all
the
I'm saying
best
is like
business.
you couldn't
Here's
put
the
together
thing.
a list of 10 center backs
Look,
here's
that
the
are
thing.
promising.
We
If
talk
we
about
should
it all
have
the
signed a
time.
center
like
back to
a
begin with.
Lindelof, a Bailly,
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like that level.
we talk
doesn't-
about it
doesn't
all the
mean
time.
That's a
Oh, we
weird
talk about center
level.
backs improving.
That's not
No,
the
I'm
type
saying,
of
like,
I
when-
want.
No, but we talk
Yeah, but I'm
about
saying when they come in, look at Lindelof right now. He's the captain of his, or not the captain of his country, but he's a starter for his nation. He's been a starter. He builds up for his nation from the back. All I'm saying is, isn't there a fucking Danish guy who can do like David Luiz guys like to solve
Hold
the
on,
problems?
one major
Yeah.
flaw with Chelsea last season, Marcus Alonso at left back. He also causes issues for that back line.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
What did you guys
specialist.
bring in?
At wing back.
Kieran Tierney. I'm not
Solid.
saying he's going to improve David Luiz into a different player. But
He's a great
gonna
cover. Yeah.
He's going to cover
Look,
for his
mop
shit.
up.
I'm
We
happy.
talk about all
I'm
the-
happy Arsenal got Luiz because when I saw that, I was like, "Yup, perfect."
When we talk about center backs improving,
Gonna get eaten, bros.
when we talk about
Fucking
center
see
backs,
him.
Will.
Killed me.
we
He
talk
will
about
help
Van
in
Dijk
other ways.
elevating
He'll
Manchester.
help in other ways.
Moran and Robertson.
He's a ball playing.
Tierney can do
he's
that
a
to an
ball playing
extent.
Mustafi. He's a ball playing Mustafi.
Nah. Look,
I think that
dude, ever since his soul got taken in that 7-1 or 2,
and again, like we have to bring.
Never been the same.
No, he has. He's not the same. He's not a world class like out and out defender.
He
But
was
when
a
you want to
lot
talk
more
about,
best.
this is a guy who can potentially slot up in defensive midfield for us if we need. He can help us transition from our
Should put him at the
goalkeeper
6, to be fair.
defender to the midfield. Like
so
he can help us
that's
in attacking ways and defensively. Look, man, he'll make that crunching tackle from now and then. Let's not pretend like he won't.
Someone
get
say
stuck
Tierney.
in.
You have Monreal, and then you also have Kolasinac. Who are the two not playing? Is Tierney gonna play no matter what?
Yeah.
For the most
So
part,
Kolasinac is gonna be right on the bench.
Monreal will move to
Nacho
center
might be
back.
rotating a little bit more.
Monreal will play
And,
center
dude,
back.
And honestly, this thing with Kolasinac and Ozil, they were deemed there was a security threat apparently at Newcastle, so they weren't even able to attend this game. So we don't know how long this is going to continue. I thought it would be done by now.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So the things I'm taking from Arsenal, Nelson played well. I think he's exciting, and then also Maitland-Niles.
He was ridiculous.
Again, I think he's going to be. He has a chance to be in a Trent Alexander-Arnold year. Where
nice.
just out of nowhere, boom, he's hit the spot.
When Bellerin comes back, he's slotting in at right back.
Depends. You don't know.
Oh, I
With
know.
the damage that Bellerin had to his leg, come on, you don't know what he's going to come back with.
He'll come back.
He might not be able to
I
run
hope
up
so.
and down. Wait,
Listen,
what if Bellerin can't run?
I hope
He
so,
turns
but
into
I
maybe
don't
to a center back.
Niles, if it was an actual right back, I would understand.
Hey.
What did you say in the
Hey,
beginning?
whoa, no.
That's
Think
not
about
his
this.
primary
No,
position, but it's not Zinchenko's primary
Think about
position
this.
either, right?
Think about this. Chew on this for a little bit. Trent Alexander-Arnold only had time because Nathaniel Klein went out.
He's key.
Nathaniel Klein went out, and even though Nathaniel Klein was top 3 right back in the league at that moment, maybe top 2,
Pull the Tom Brady.
he had a leg injury, just like Bellerin. Bellerin's out. This guy slots in. It's almost the same exact scenario. Maitland-Niles, you have time. Don't waste it. You have the ability to take a starting place from a quality right back who might have to move on.
He literally created this goal. He intercepted it, read the game, drove forward, picked out the pass. Like he showed you.
Does Man Bun do
how
that?
complete of
Does
a player
Man
he
Bun
is,
do that?
Which is why his natural position is a
I don't like
center
that.
midfielder. I'd hope Hector Bellerin comes back and we could actually bump out Xhaka, slide Maitland-Niles in the middle of the
Oh,
park.
I thought Shaka was good.
No,
I thought Shaka was good.
You see,
That's
that's what people do.
Chamberlain? Who do you think this guy is?
That's who he was. Initially coming up, he was a center mid. And this is what I think Unai Emery, that same logic that Al's showing, I think Unai Emery's showing that, like, no, you're actually a right back. And he may be trying to convert him because when Hector comes back, I don't think he'll see him being able to compete with Xhaka, with Torreira at center midfield. He'll prioritize him at right back.
depth.
And I don't like that because really he is a center mid. It's the same shit we did with the
That's what I'm
Wolves.
talking- if
It's
it
an
was an
attacking mid.
actual
We
right
kept
back-
playing him out wide.
If it was an
Everyone's
actual
convinced he's a
right
winger.
back, I would agree with you 100%. Like Trent for Klein, Trent was academy player right back. Maitland-Niles, we've seen. I mean, I'll bite it one game. We've seen him boss the midfield, like boss it. Like he
can also boss the outside. Like,
How did he
Moses
do
for
last
Chelsea,
season?
who wasn't a right back.
He was a right winger.
Yeah, right
Going
wing
from
back.
center,
Right wing back.
Going from the center of the park to wide is
Moses
a lot
was a right
different
wing
than
back.
going back.
R.I.P. Moses.
So,
Courageous.
yeah.
Damn shame,
So,
man. Damn
before we
shame.
move on,
God, man.
looking at Newcastle again, Jolinton.
Jolinton.
He looks like a more athletic Mitrovic in a way because he's strong. He had the
They
second
got a
most
couple of
aerial wins because
powerful
Lascelles had the most
Brazilians.
aerial wins at 9. Actually, Jolinton had 8. Lascelles had 7. So this guy, he can be a beast in the air. I just don't know if he has that final touch because Mitrovic would be sneaky with those goals. Yeah,
You know,
he would
he's
just
like
run by people. He could hold on to the ball longer.
You know
I think-
Wesley? That Brazilian also played with he on
Nice?
No,
No,
Wesley. He's in the EPL.
Oh,
He's the-
oh,
Wesley, big ass Brazilian. He's on. He's on like purpose. Is it Burnley or?
I just saw his name actually.
West Ham, maybe.
No.
No, that's Sebastian
was it?
Haller.
It wasn't-
Anyway,
No,
they got there's a couple of
Was it
these, like,
Norwich?
big burly
No, not Norwich.
Brazilians now who are in the league. Man, got to keep our eyes on them.
I'm gonna find this
Quick
because
touch.
I just saw it. No, I'm going. You guys talk about that. I'm gonna find this guy.
Sure. Okay. Quick touch.
6 seconds.
Everton, Wolves. The battle for 7th place begins. 0-0 draw. There was a goal.
It's another snooze fest.
Everton Palace.
It is
Oh, who
Aston
beat
Villa.
Wolves? Sorry.
Aston Villa West.
Leicester.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
Dang it.
So
Thank
let's
you.
just do that. Palace, Everton, 0-0. Both games are 0-0, so there's not like much to
Yeah.
report.
Dude, the biggest snooze
Uh-huh.
fest is next to the Arsenal game with these two, you know?
What? Oh.
Fucking snooze fest. Newcastle game sucked.
That game was amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude,
I don't know what you're talking
it was
about.
an end to end. Was
The
it no
big
United?
John Joe Shelby hitting the post.
The big
United
story
versus
here,
Chelsea.
Mr. handcuffed himself. Wilfred Zaha not getting the start. If he gets the start, do you think they pull it off?
I think so. I think the more time he spends on the field, the better chance you have, irregardless of his moves.
Irregardless.
You know what I mean? Like that guy's just gonna play it for fun.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
To not include him, mine's not in the right place. He still has time to move out of the country.
I don't think he'll do that, though. I think he wants to stay in the Prem.
Yeah, I think he did, too. And I don't think the price...
I think in
anyone
January, someone will come in for him. I think January, you'll see Everton.
We'll see if Spurs are looking for a push. Whoever's looking for a push for a top
You mean like
position.
Liverpool if one of our wingers go down?
Dude, Liverpool signed Willie Zaha. He becomes like... He can take over from Mane.
See, his criticism for not going to Liverpool or City, apparently, is because he's very individualistic. Not selfish, but like his style. He's not the quick, like, Sterling Sane, ping, 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 ping. Like,
give me the ball, let
dribble
me do my thing.
But, like, most of the time they ping and he likes to receive it, take his man on, which is...
I actually think he's very similar to Origi. I think he's very similar to Origi.
Except way better.
Except way better.
I love it. Real quick, I wanted to touch on Marco Silva's starting lineup. Does not start a single new player he signed. Eventually subs on Moise Keane. Who's looking like he's gonna be a fucking problem.
Problem.
He's looking real.
Roaster.
Like real as far as like good, like a good
ability.
signing. I don't know if he's ever gonna.
This is the best prospect in replacing Lukaku
100%.
since they've ever spent money.
Since they've tried
On Toussaint Cech or all
Tosun,
these
sit
dudes.
down.
Even Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin, you're running out of time, dude.
He's just not. I haven't seen him really score.
That's it. He's
I haven't
running out of
really
time.
seen him
That's what I'm saying.
score.
They've tried. He's always
it's done for him.
He's always been the sub for those starting like forwards.
And they got rid of Lookman, right? We like
that was
Lookman.
so sad, but yes,
Iwobi.
they did. They
Iwobi
did.
is
special.
So on the bench they had
Sad day to see him go, man.
But hold on. Before we move on, I was listening to the AFTV podcast, All Guns Blazing.
I know, because you love our shit. Keep going.
You guys are funny to listen to. DT said it was time for him to go. What do you think? You think he was good enough to at least keep in the rotation?
Who?
Iwobi. Because the argument DT made was that he's holding back the players of Reece Nelson, Martinelli.
Would you prefer Iwobi or Mkhitaryan?
Iwobi.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so it wasn't too...
But you couldn't sell Mkhitaryan because he's on like $200,000 a week. No one's buying Mkhitaryan.
I disagree with DT. My main thing is he never played in his primary position, and that's something that gets slept on. Like as a player, when you go to a club and then you don't find success, it's like, yeah, but I was playing my second position the entire time. Like put him underneath a striker in that Ceballos role, in that Ozil role.
He plays there for Nigeria.
He does play there for Nigeria. He's a central player, really, but he's a quick central player, right? So this is what happens a lot. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, you're fast? We're gonna put you out wide. Yeah, you're fast. So the player's able to achieve some level of success at it, and then they never put him in their primary position.
Who played there for Arsenal today? Was it Wilcox or whatever?
Joe Willock. Joe Willock. I know you're thinking of Cox.
Well, yeah. There was a couple.
Crusty.
I think there was at least one game, maybe two games, where we played the attacking mid role, and he was good. He was, and I'll tell you this. He looked a lot better than I thought he was going to play.
He's good in being in the middle of things,
just like Willian, right?
But the problem now is
Willian.
He's not starting over Sigurdsson. Like he will be playing on the left.
Dude, Sigurdsson fucking sucked.
Maybe
this game. He was awful.
You watch him out. What?
There's going to be a heavy rotation.
Boy, guilty. I thought he was better than Pogba.
Everybody's
Dude,
got off
that
games.
game, all right? Don't pull my statements into your
He said he was better than Pogba.
At penalties and free kicks, maybe.
Never said that.
Anyway, Leicester 0, Wolves 0.
Oh, they took a goal away from my boys.
Wait, this guy thinks Pogba's better than Gylfi Sigurdsson at free kicks.
We can't go Pogba again. We can't
go
Pogba again.
Quick touch.
Come on, bro.
It's an easy decision. That's why.
Anyway, man.
Yeah, moving on. Thanks. Your idea, Snacks. Moving on.
I'll give him a little mini howl. That was like a half moon. Wasn't really a full moon.
Another fucking snooze fest, man.
You know
they
what
had
I mean?
chances. Couple Jota, was it? Den Donker was in on goal.
He had the goal.
Fucking Jimenez, man. Raul, Big Jim, fucking cuts it back on his left foot.
That's the
fucking
new rule.
Sits on it. Fucking didn't shoot it.
So a handball cannot play an integral part in a goal anymore.
Dude, well,
even if it's accidental.
Go to my fucking rule. If it touches your hand, it's dead.
Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, what do you mean, like it's dead?
Like
the goal doesn't count, right?
Put the ball down.
All of it.
Okay.
Eventually, I think this is the start of it. Like,
okay.
now
Going
they're starting
extreme.
to punish you more. Yeah, I'm extreme, bro. If it touches your hand,
And speaking of players that may need to move on, like we talked about Iwobi, Ian Nacho.
He's special.
Chill.
MLS.
You think?
Chill.
No. I'm talking about even like Sheffield.
He didn't play.
Dude, he doesn't play. He needs to fucking leave Leicester.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to go to even a lower team than Leicester to get minutes.
Nah, it's time to go to a different league.
How old is he?
Yeah.
How old is he?
21, 22.
Yeah, he's a baby.
No, he's like 25.
Huss,
What? 22, Huss.
Is he 20?
God.
I feel like he's been around for like 7 years.
Yeah, I know that. I was
because
just asking
he
you
was
guys.
banging in goals when he
Yeah,
was
he's a baby,
16,
man.
17.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Go
why.
to Spain,
I was looking-
go to Italy.
I was looking at his stats.
Get out of here.
I think his best year was like 8 goals in 24 games or something. That was his best year.
Half
He
of
was a
those,
super sub,
more than
yeah,
half
no.
of those games were substitutes.
But then it just kept on going down to finally 1 goal in 30 matches. or something. It was something crazy.
He just never
Never
had the
played,
technique.
man.
His finishing. Yeah, he never played.
And he never
but,
fit in the system.
No one believed
that
in
they
him
wanted
long
this.
enough, shall we say?
Quick touch.
Watford 0, Brighton 3.
Who saw this coming? I didn't.
New
I had Pereira
manager
in my lineup.
bounced.
He did shit for me.
Did you?
Say, bro, what kind of Nostradamus shit are you taking?
Nah,
Man, new manager buzz, bro.
Grandpa.
What's his name?
Grandpa.
But that
Chris
pick up
Hughton.
Ryan while he's still low.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying new manager, R.I.P. Man, this dude couldn't get him
Grandpa,
to play.
secret cousin of Harry Potter, brought the magic.
They did, man.
One of their new signings scored Neil Maupay. I don't know where he. I think
Dude, and Ndoni too.
What was that?
Mouthpay.
Brighton, yeah.
His
Garcia, man. And Garcia's been doing well with these guys. Delafeu, Troy Deeney, the no-show, man. No bullocks.
Corey had a freaking
Shocker. Yeah, he did. He had an
garbage.
absolute
This is the guy
nightmare.
that's talking about, I got to play Champions League football. You can't be putting in performances like that against a potential relegated
At
side.
home, yeah. That's a fair point, man. Just got to wake up, go back to
I
the
wonder
drawing
when
board.
was the last time a team scored 3 goals without any starters scoring a goal.
Dude, I wonder how the last time a team that played 6 in the back scored 3 goals, dude. Their formation was 6-4-1, dude.
But
Not
hey,
breaking us
that-
down.
So
was a-
ridiculous. What
for,
a back-ended formation, dude.
Brighton's keeper Ryan. I think he's
yeah.
at what 4.5.
Oh, dude,
you got him. I got him.
Oh, you mean Huss?
He's not reliable.
Has
dude.
got
Do
him.
not
If you want to
get-
talk there first, but I have on the bench. Get 9 points.
Matt Ryan does not work out. Do not pick him up. For
I had him
points.
last year. He's a cheap one, dude.
You don't
Cheap
like him?
sneak.
He's a cheap sneak if you got a good goalie, but Brighton, they're gonna ship all day.
Hey, he makes a lot of saves. Gets bonus points, bro.
That's the sneaky part.
It's
That's the
bonus
sneaky
point.
part. Never know, man. That's a Gus Bus Huss call right
Oh,
there.
I feel pretty good because who's there? Who's the next one? West Ham, then Southampton. I feel okay about that.
Speaking of Southampton, Burnley 3, Southampton 0.
Smacked. Relegation.
Barnes.
Bells are ringing.
Like I
Good.
said, man.
Barnes.
Going down.
This guy's such an asshole, but he's one of those dudes you love to play with, hate to
No,
play
Draymond
against.
Green.
dude.
This guy Barnes, man, such
Fucking
a little
step on
shit.
your foot.
Wait,
fucking
why
elbow
do you hate him?
What's
He's a
that?
survivor.
Nah, that guy's a
What are
dick,
you,
dude.
freaking Destiny's Child? I'm a survivor. Dude, this dude's an asshole. All right, man. But you
Casserole?
know what? He can ball.
Tuna?
I got respect for his game, man. He can play, dude. And it was a clinical finish with the lefty Sherrill. So that was second one in there. I mean, Southampton. You guys called them down for relegation. I was a little bit surprised.
I did. I'm the only one.
Yeah. You called them down.
The only thing I was
I was
surprised
a
The
little
about
surprised
reason for me
after
is that the defense is struggling. So, Yoshida, okay, you're doing it. But, Jack Stevens, you're not about it.
Dude, it was a
And-
high school play. One of the goals. This dude
Exactly.
went up to jump and bounced over
You're
his
not
head.
about
How
it.
do you coach
You're not
that
about
EPL?
it. And who's going to score the goals? Redmond will chip in once in a while. But, who's going to be the dude to score? That's the only reason. I
They
love
lost Danny
Southampton.
Ings.
I love their project. But,
Not Danny Ings, Charlie Austin. Chuck Austin.
Charlie Austin, gotta love that guy. But Montep right now for Liverpool is going through the Stevens theory, where next to
How do we
Virgil,
get back?
Stevens looked good. Right now, since Virgil left, not so good.
That could be it, man. That could be it for sure. Burnley won. Bournemouth won. Sheffield United won. Surprise result here.
Blades.
The Blades, dude, dig one
Billy
out.
Sharp.
That's a tricky game. This is the one where late in the season, you guys might be in the same neighborhood on the table, So gutting teams like this, expecting to lose, to top 6 teams. This is a massive point for Sheffield, especially away from
We
home
got
too.
on loan keeper from Man United, Dean Henderson.
Yeah,
I don't know. He played okay, but they have the because they conceded the least amount of goals in the championship last season. I know that it's a different animal, the Premier League, but
yeah,
They had
that's
the
something. That's
foundation
something.
there.
Yeah,
Major disappointment. Ryan Fraser, man.
But-
I was expecting him to just
Impact.
play better.
Yeah,
just
impact.
play better. Not necessarily deliver an assist or score a goal, but just
be involved.
be a little bit more involved. And I think they were also missing the sneakiness or the smoothness of Brooks.
Yeah,
that little kid out wide,
he's an
man.
X factor. Yeah, you got to mark him. You
So
got to consider.
Bournemouth
him.
wasn't at their full
to add on
strength
to
by any
snacks
chance.
right there. I mean, I brought
Snatch?
this up. Snacks. I brought this up last week too, where I chose Sheffield to go down because yes, they had the least amount of goals,
But if they
in
draw
the
every
championship,
game-
but they keep drawing. When was the last time? Do you guys remember the last team that kind of did this?
Middlesbrough.
Who did they tie with the least amount of goals in the championship? Middlesbrough.
Oh.
So it's very coincidental, but I think I think they have the same type of philosophy. Defend first.
They scored a goal though.
The X factor.
Well, that
for
was a huge
Sheffield
thing
this
for Middlesbrough.
season-
They didn't
X
score
factor
goal.
for Sheffield this season. They brought him in, I think, on a 1-year deal. Ravel Morrison. We all know the story of Ravel Morrison. And for those who don't know, he was supposed to be better than Pogba, Lingard, all those guys.
Fergie said he's the brightest prospect.
Rio Ferdinand said
of
this
his time,
dude
yeah.
is like, he's next.
Yeah, everyone saw him coming.
And he had some off the field trouble, and he ended up playing like
Some?
Lazio.
You say some?
Yeah, it wasn't some. Don't brush over. The reason why he didn't become who he became was because off the field issues. Like he wouldn't show up later to training. Like just basically not focused. One of those guys who has all the talent in the world and like just didn't put in the
Well,
work.
like, right now-
Even Super Mario was able to be on better teams and still score enough goals. So if even he's
I
getting
don't
in
know.
as much trouble, how much does Ravel Morrison get in?
Balotelli only had one goal for
Super
Liverpool, so-
Mario Balotelli, if
No,
he's
I
not,
know what he's saying though.
No, I get it.
Balotelli's a head case.
No, but the thing is,
Like,
is that
and he still broke
he
in.
looks like the past couple of years playing in like way lower league sides. He's like at least got his head back into it. He's the X factor. If this guy plays well,
Yeah.
Dude, I've always
could say
heard mad stories of Ravel Morrison. I never saw him do it at the biggest level. Now it would be different if he like had like
never
He
got
never
there.
got to.
I know,
He
that's
never
what-
got
that's
to,
what's
yeah.
nuts.
That's
So,
what's
like-
crazy, yeah.
did he
so
actually
maybe
go
he's-
against? Was it the
maybe he's
pressure?
average, but again, it's like an urban myth.
You
type
know
of
who he's
thing.
like? He's like Memphis
I don't know.
Depay. You know,
I don't buy
Memphis,
it.
Memphis Depay was
I
a
don't
bright
know
young
about
talent, had a good year in EPL, but he made it to PSG. Granted, if Matt Ravel's in Holland, he would have
PSV.
played.
He means PSV.
PSV. What did I say? PSG. Anyway, but that kid, he had trouble, off the field problems.
but not to the extent
I'm just saying that
Ravel
I
was.
saw
not to the
Memphis
extent.
like score from 40 yards out. Like I saw that. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen even like Ravel's YouTubes and all. Like I don't know what
you know why?
type of play
was
what he
raised,
can do.
He was raised in a Fergie house, so like
Yeah.
as soon as you broke the rule, there's no way he was ever going to be able to play.
Bigger signing for Sheffield United. Big Phil Jagielka, 36 years old.
Jags.
Going backward all
Still
began.
doing
He
it.
got
I have him on my
he got
team.
them promoted back in the day.
Oh no, I switched him out.
Old experience, man. Left
Good for
Everton.
him, man.
Oh, I
Going
love
back
it. Went home.
basically, right?
Went
It's
home,
beautiful.
end your
He's gonna
career, trying to
retire.
help your old club stay up.
beautiful,
But yeah,
dude. Great shout, man.
Quick
All right.
touch.
Thank you for joining us, guys. That's Premier League Matchday
Before
1
we
review
go,
in
just
the
please
books.
join the Fantasy League code in the Facebook, the link as well in the Facebook group, and on our Instagram. We're trying to get people in there. See if you can take down one of the PFC boys. Again, happy birthday to Luke Whitty.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, keep listening up, and we'll see y'all next week.
Daniel James.
Liverpool